Hey, all fair and love and war. Upgrade your life up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. All fair and love and war. Upgrade your life up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You cuss these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. No, I'm a different breed. A guy for sure, I'm into you, but there's you into me. I shoot my shot, I play my cards, but no, I never fold. My heart been cold, but since you run the temp on up and go, take time, shit moving slow. This ain't no fuck, I'm trying to let you know. I'm trying to put a ring on it, big boulder bling on it, dip your shoulder thing on it. Take trips and show you, walk it up and go, don't think on it. My cinnamon apple, my honey, do you sweet on it. I lick between
boring a bad thing? Not at all.
No, it should be expected. I think it's something that us elders should definitely warn or, let them know that it's going to happen. Because children and life and work and school happens. And when it's all happening at the same time, it can get really boring. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But again,
you taste so sweet, shawty. You everything I need, shawty. Please believe, shawty. You take my breath, oh gee, shawty. I can't breathe, shawty. I'm asthmatic with you. Let's go paint a future, bigger picture with them cars, rings, rocks, shoes, clothes, house, kids, white fence, whoa. Big bills paid too. Worries got none about you. Never switching, making you my missus. Sending X and O's, the hugs and kisses. Arguments, you know they're gonna happen. Call you baby even when I'm spazzing. Love and war. Upgrade your life up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You clutch these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me. I'm fair and love and war. Upgrade your life up with a real nigga, no lanes for sure. I'm about my coin, get heads and tail, y'all flop, but I prevail. My grind stay on 100, y'all on 50-50. You clutch these hoes and shifty, can't fuck with me.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
I mean,
She said. Word.
You know what that means.
She filling your head with he said, she said.
It's that time.
It's Tuesday. How y'all doing out there? See y'all pulling up and popping in. Welcome to another episode. She said, Mr. and Mrs.
Conscious parenting.
Promoting conscious parenting.
Tuesdays.
Absolutely. So we appreciate y'all pulling up and popping in tonight. You could be anywhere, but hit that like button.
What's going on?
Share the screen. Uh-oh.
How y'all doing out
Where
there?
you going?
It's Tuesday. Conscious Parenting Tuesday. So we got an amazing topic. If you guys seen the title, it's a good one.
Yeah. Y'all heard it before.
Do as I say, not as I do. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
Come on.
We're going to talk about it today. Shout out to everybody.
Come on, Father. Kick the knowledge, Father. Kick the knowledge, Father. Kick the knowledge.
This is She Said pulling in. What's up, shoot? What's up, cuteness?
Hey, now.
What's good?
Good.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Had a day.
Yeah.
But we here.
We made it.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm. All is
I
well.
believe my mic sounds good. Y'all
My
let
mic
us know
sounds
if the
nice.
sound is good.
Check 1 and 2 and 3.
And I believe they should be able to see us.
Mhm.
Dr. Nakumbe is in the building.
Yeah.
JB, John Blaze, in the building.
Welcome back.
Mona
Greetings to
D
everybody. Mona D is in the building.
Hey, sis, how are you?
Y'all know what it is. Hashtag LIA in the chat. Nightbot will be sure to add your link.
Yes, indeed.
To the stream.
Sis in the building.
Hey now,
sis.
Red Lipstick Vibes, with the vibe is always positive.
Always.
It's in the building. Sometimes petty.
Eyes with her traditional. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
Lionesses are pulling up. I appreciate y'all pulling in. Y'all are well represented. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all beautiful ladies. Hope y'all having an amazing start to y'all week. And continue to push that information out there. Y'all are all doing amazing on y'all individual streams. To check in on each and every last one of y'all is dope, man. It's very refreshing.
Yes.
But y'all see the title. You see the title, Mrs. Do as I say, not as I do. And it was just started me to thinking about all of those old school cliches, rules, resolutions, and traditions that we held in our homes, in our communities. And I just put up a couple, to get the ball rolling. Children are to be seen and not heard. And what goes on in this house stays in this house. So, you know, what do you think about, you know, these terms, cliches, whatever you want to call them, and how we were brought up, being raised by them, you know, so to speak?
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was quite hypocritical. So we didn't have that, you know, stuff going on in our house with our children, but we were quite aware of it. And children are smart, you know, like we say, they learn to logically see things, you know, quite young. So they're gonna remember the lies, you know, that was continued, and even Santa Claus and that kind of stuff.
I got you
too. So you know, but to do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
Goodness
what do you think
gracious.
about that one? What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, we've heard it.
Right.
We've heard it. You know, I can tell you don't smoke cigarettes all day, but I'm huffing and puffing. I'm sending you to the store to go buy them, and you know, even asking you to light them. So you know, what we think, you know.
Indeed.
So some of those things, like, don't do that. But times are different, you know. Now the kids can't go to, so they got to have ID and stuff. But yeah, it's unique. Pissy drunk until you don't drink.
Right.
You know. Now maybe our perspective looking at the effects of them being drunk. You know what I mean? Like maybe it'll be like, yeah, I don't think I should do that. But one may want to adapt that same behavior because that's what they know.
Indeed.
You know.
Indeed.
And once you try it and it feels good, it becomes a habit. If you continue, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I was thinking about the same train of thought for the most part. You know, just the hypocrisy in it. It's unbelievable. You know, kind of like how you were saying. You know, kids start to turn a corner. They start to see experiences, situations different. It was fun. It was cute when they were little. But they get a little older. They start to cross a threshold. And now it's like, you know, can we handle this a different way? Like easy. But again, do as I say, not as I do. I could be, you know, as belligerent as I want, as ghetto as I want to be.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, go to school. I'm telling you to get A's. And again, you know, is the proof in the pudding? Can the example not be living by the standard? Can they just be preaching it? And again, this is what made me reflect on it. Like, we grew up in neighborhoods of do as I say, not as I do. I had drug dealers telling me, don't sell drugs. This ain't where you want to be.
Right.
Don't cut school. You play ball. Like, they covered me because they didn't want me down their path. My brother didn't want me emulating in the life that he lived deliberately. So it was do as I say, not as I do, because I'm out here in these streets. You're gonna hear about
Mhm.
some shit I did, or you're gonna see some things I did, but
Right.
you better not do it.
Mhm. I mean, and to that degree, they're protecting you, because there
Mhm.
is another route for you. I just chose to take this route. This route ain't for you,
Got you.
you know? So to some degree, I can
So-
kind of respect,
Mhm.
I don't want you out here on the street, because I know where I'm at as a man, being 11, 12, 15 years down, older than you. So you got a better start already. And I know
got you.
that you may not know it,
Right.
but I know it. So this path, nah, you can make other mistakes,
Okay.
you know?
I hear
So I think a lot of those where we were receiving from those lessons from them was, you don't want to be here. You know what I mean? For my mother to say, yeah, you don't want to be having no baby at 15, 16, or 17. Like, look where I'm at in my life at 28 now. You know what I mean? Or 32.
I hear you.
I'm a grandma at 32. So, do as I say and not as I do. So to some
Right.
things, right?
I mean, but babe, these kids are looking at you.
Right.
They're watching you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the nearest, most realistic example. And if you're not ascribing to the lifestyle
Right.
that you want me to live, that is the ultimate goal, how
Mhm.
do I emulate it? Again, how do I
Right.
feel honest in myself, organic in my upbringing, and that self-esteem we talk about, that
Mhm.
self-knowledge, that self-reflection, all of these things that come organically from you? How can I have it if it started out from do as I say, not as I do, but I watched a dysfunctional example? It started me to thinking that it's such a gray area.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You have to be able to maneuver that, be able to recognize it, make the necessary adjustments, know what you want, be grounded in it. It's a lot in there.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of resilience, right? Because you have to be the ultimate seer of the not to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Shout out to the God in the building, Bronze Flat Power God in the building. Sarah
Welcome,
checking
welcome.
in. What's popping, y'all? Hope y'all doing good. Y'all see the title today. Do as I say, not as I do. Wrong. That's my opinion. Wrong.
Yeah.
That was the, buzzword to draw you in.
Mhm.
Wrong. Like Charlie Murphy. Shout out to Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace. Wrong.
Yes.
Wrong. I grew up with a lot of this. Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
I told my missus, my grandmother used to tell me not to steal, but we went to the supermarket and she would get the newspaper for $1, the Sunday newspaper. And inside the newspaper would be the Inquirer, the Star, the National Geographic, the TV Guide.
There wasn't no cameras back then watching that.
And she walked out, she paid $1 for the Sunday paper. And then, because the Sunday paper is a little healthier than the normal week paper. So,
yes.
It was a do as I say, not as I do thing. Like you alluded to, the cigarettes, all of these things. I had to consciously process this shit. Like,
Yes.
I'm growing up with some hypocrites. Being a hypocrite is not a good thing.
And that was me with the Christianity, the Baptist church, and everybody is going to church on Sunday, and and then it's all the talking behind the back,
Sinning on Saturday.
To stop following God, and now you smoking crack and
Jesus Christ,
drinking and doing things that we,
Okay.
if we were so righteous, some of those things would be like.
So did they ascribe to the younger generation to not do those things? Those people who were doing that?
Absolutely. But watching you do it.
And how did you feel about taking that information from them?
Absolutely. It was hypocritical. I felt that way, but like I said, being conscious of them making those decisions and the situation they're in at those times, even being young, it's like, I don't want to be here. So absolutely, I believe you. Don't
Okay.
worry about that.
Okay.
I won't do that. Like,
okay. So that's gonna
certain
be
things.
the topic tonight, guys. I got an amazing PowerPoint that I put together, or however you want to word it. I'm not sure. It's my first one. But I got some information to share with y'all. And I got a
some
couple of
slides,
videos to kind of play, kind of like commercials. You guys know how I get down, but I want to know what you guys think and what was some of the cliches or terms and things in your household that you guys kind of had to run by or was raised by. Like I said, there's a lot, but these were, the ones that came to mind quick. Children are to be seen, not heard. Like, find a spot, sit in it. There's a kids' table, sit at that. It wasn't a lot of being able to express yourself, having a vote, quote unquote, in the day-to-day goings on in the house, or what was being cooked, or what was being bought from the store, and things like that. So, nutrition wise and emotionally, mentally, a lot of things we didn't get to express because we were children, and children were to be seen and not heard. Did you hear that in your neighborhood in Queens?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And in many of the households we were in, to some degree. But I latched keyed on to families who were welcoming, so most of the homes that I stayed in weren't cantankerous mouthed, or you understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't have stayed, but I absolutely had some friends and families and definitely experienced that. But most of them were a little older, and churchy. So they were more reserved. Like I said, the ladies were really reserved. So it was a little different. Yeah. It was a question.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about that statement? Yeah. Children are to be seen, not heard.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Of course, but we all grew up around that. Like you said, everything was separated. So yeah, I agree with pretty much what you said.
Okay. Like I said, you guys throw them in the chat. Any old school sayings, old school cliches or traditions. And this one right here. What goes on in this house stays in this house. Was that one in Queens?
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's again another area in which operating in it is very sophisticated, because information is information, especially from a child. In the heat of the moment,
right?
Situations where they're just being honest, just being a kid in a sense, so on and so forth.
Like,
but is there some information that should be for our family only, or relegated to our family until further discussed, or how deep does this statement go with you personally, Mrs. Harris?
Oh, it goes very deep, but you got to have an open dialogue or communication with the family and your children, and they need to be aware of what said things that you don't want them to share when they're out in public, or, it has to be open dialogue from little. So they absolutely need to grow up knowing, what should be told and what should not be told. Again, and then we talk about consent. We talk about, knowing the anatomy of their body. So it's a lot of different things in conversation that they need to know. This is what you can tell, because and then whatever we don't want you to go tell everybody daddy got a gun under the bed and in the safe or whatever. So
I got you.
Yeah.
Red Lipstick checked in. She says stay out of grown folks conversation.
Yeah. That wasn't going to be said too many times. Absolutely. You're probably only going to get one warning with that. Next time you might get popped.
Indeed.
Quick. Yeah. Ladies had some awesome aim. Boop.
This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, that was one. Indeed. That was one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Be cool in the building.
Now, hey. Any of them old school sayings now.
Yeah, man. We talking about the old school sayings right now.
That was one mama used to say.
Cliches, traditions, that you were raised by, came up in the house with do as I say, not as I do, so on and so forth. And we pulling up on the comments right now. And you were gonna chime in.
Yeah, absolutely. This was one. Yeah. This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and mama was little, so to have to spank some bigger children, you know, it was a struggle, but she got the message across. You know, I don't think in my mind, in my perspective, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for my siblings, but I didn't look at it as abuse. It was definitely something to keep us in line.
Okay.
You know, and I remember mine was about 8 or 9, my last one. So by then I kind of knew it was a certain level of respect that she demanded. So when she said something, I probably should listen, you know, and things would be taken away from me, like the phone. I can't go spend the night places. So some of my consequences definitely changed from getting those spankings to
absolutely.
Now I know how to hurt you.
Absolutely.
Keep you away from your friends.
Things. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you don't stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about.
I threatened that. That was my threat too. I used that.
That is not going to get him to stop.
You want to cry? You want to cry? Give something to cry about. Damn it.
Mind your business was told to me. Stay
out of grown folks' business. That's right.
Absolutely.
Mind your business.
That was one. Salam, brother. Hope all is well.
Welcome.
Shout out to my guy, Vaughn Eric, on the check-in.
Okay. Real unique. I thought one was real unique growing up. My mother used to say, because we always want to know where you going, right? Where you going?
Uh-oh.
Where is you going?
Uh-oh. Where she was going?
She was going to hell if she didn't pray. Where you going?
Going to hell.
Going to hell if I don't pray. Oh shit, I'm a praying ass.
What up, Blaze? It's popping. Hope all is well, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I was a praying kid.
Me and my sister both got our ass beat with a leather belt right after a bath.
Cool child.
Wow. So that was what I was thinking. Just these old school sayings that we were brought up with. For me, the operative one that I'm working with today is do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Because I think there has to be a level of congruency in the message and the messenger. That's just me personally.
Right.
But if not, it could look crazy. Like, y'all remember this?
With Michelle at 4:30. Stop.
Mom.
At 4:30.
Mom.
What?
Are you tricking tonight? Are you tricking tonight?
No, I'm not.
I want to watch a movie since you're not tricking tonight.
Damn.
Do as I say, not as I do. It's gonna be hard.
Shit.
For that young man not to see his mom in a certain light. Like, y'all hear how he talking to her? That's his mom.
I mean, he know exactly what it is. That's the thing. He probably like 7, 8. He know exactly what that is or what it means. You tricking tonight? Y'all remember that.
It's gonna be hard for her to get him to fall in line with her message, especially if, you know, his dad ain't around or a positive motivating force in her life. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. It's gonna be hard. Do as I say, not as I do. She doing a lot. She doing a bit much.
As a woman, for him to see, you know, this is what you do. You sit in front of a camera and you have your body exposed, putting on makeup or doing whatever, getting yourself ready. So you cannot give me any attention. And go and trick. You tricking tonight?
Jesus Christ. See? That's disrespect. Jesus.
And some people think it's nothing wrong with it. That's the worst part for me.
Uh-huh.
And it's a lot of women who don't think anything's wrong with that. What
mean,
Blaze
could you
say?
blame the
I
kid?
mean, could you blame the kid? Look at what she's wearing. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
he knows what's the deal. He know what that means.
She tricking. It's
It's
sad
sad
how they raise these kids.
Yeah,
And that's why we got some information for them tonight. They may have to catch it on the replay, but we got some information. It is unfucking believable. It's bugged out. What up, Tommy B? Was popping, man?
Welcome,
Hope all is
welcome.
well.
I think this is why we expose it, because it's not unbelievable. It has been happening. It was happening when I was a damn child. So I don't think anything is different. We just have a window to it. Everybody records everything. We get to see it. We see the shameful behavior. We see the disgraceful stuff, how women are allowed to raise their children very poorly and continue to keep them. Nobody reports them. And if you do, it's still, the children are going to end up in the system. Who wins? Like, the children don't win. So it's a struggle for me, because I come across a lot of cantankerous, horrible women who do not deserve to have their children, but to send them where?
No doubt.
It's a little scary, because we know what the system entails. So,
horrible. Absolutely.
We got to bring consciousness to everybody, because it's amazing. Stop allowing your friends to not raise their children properly. Say something to your damn sister or your aunt or your cousin or your child, your grandchildren. Even if you did it, correct them. Make sure they don't repeat your mistakes. And you tell them, own up to your shit and say, I don't want you to repeat my cycle.
Indeed. And what we're going to do is on Tuesdays is bring information, suggestions, and different strategies that we've incorporated in our family, because we got some old kids now. They're pretty old. Looking back at, time, they are 30,
almost 30,
25,
23,
and,
18, almost 19, and 10.
So
we've been doing it for a long time.
We kind of incorporate all of that information and kind of bring bits and pieces and let you know exactly where we pulled it from. All the information is always in the descriptions. And, we just going to try to give people a few suggestions and a few tools. Shout out to Quincy on the check-in.
Hey, welcome.
Appreciate you pulling up, bro. And right now, what I put together, like I said, this is my first time. Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibe. Shout out to Mrs. She Said. They inspire me. With the PowerPoints, with the information, just always bringing something innovative to this space in regards to information. So I just wanted to follow in their footsteps and try to make them proud. And this is what I came up with. I got 12 parenting skills to improve your performance.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. Yes. We got a lot of books, y'all. We read a lot of books.
And the first one is communication. And Mrs. feel free to, chime in on any of these things. Shout out to that pretty lady in the picture.
And we got to find somebody that's down for hers, man. All these girls sipping, man. Who you think fit the category?
Do something about that, because everybody is not taking care of their stuff. So if it does not apply to you, let it fly.
It's if it don't apply to you, let it fly. All right. Can you read that for me?
I sure can. Being a parent involves constant communication. In the toddler days, that communication might look like, don't touch that or don't eat that. And when your kid gets older, those common phrases might become, be home by 9 and make good choices. Regardless of how old your kids are, developing strong communication skills early on will make the parenthood road easier and more effective. Use age-appropriate language that approaches instruction with fairness and an open mind. It's not always easy to respond to their behavior with calm, clear language, but a positive relationship starts with communication. Yes,
what do you think?
Absolutely agree. Yes, and you have to learn to get down to their level. Not to be weak or anything, but when you're in conversation and they're little like that, think of how intimidating it is to stand and tower over your child,
Indeed.
Someone has to do that. So it's a lot of little things I picked up from Super Nanny and Nanny 911. Shout out to y'all. Years of watching that. I appreciate it, because I picked up a lot of tools, watching her with these parents and stuff. And it was usually the parents who needed to change. So I just need to point that out. It shows them a level of respect that you're willing to come down to their level. And in play, little toddlers, man, they need a lot of play.
Indeed.
You know, in that community, that's where that communication starts. Instead of don't do this, don't do that, no, no, no. You know, you have to speak positive words. You can tell them what they can do, you know, give them an environment where there's always opportunity to manipulate things. You know, do you want this or do you want that? 2 options. Don't just give them a whole bunch of stuff. Right.
Options that creates chaos. But
Mhm.
communication, it's important. A lot of these things are going to sound clichéic. So what I wanted to do to break the monotony was put a couple of videos in there.
Okay.
Where did communication break down here?
Are you serious? So I wake up this morning. Yesterday was Halloween, right? So my daughter's girlfriend did spend the night. Since today there's no school, which I'm fine with that. But to my surprise, I woke up this morning to go wake them up to see if they wanted to have breakfast, you know? And they're both in the same bed. They know I don't like that. They know my daughter has to sleep in an air mattress, and then her girlfriend could sleep on my daughter's bed. And they're both on the same bed. They know I think that's very disrespectful. I do not like it. There will be consequences. I did not wake them up. I did not yell at them right away. I'm not going to yell at them, guys. I am not. But I will have a serious talk with them. When they wake up, I waited so I can calm down and not, you know, say something that I'm going to regret later. So I did calm down. But as soon as they wake up, I will have a talk with them. They know better. They know I do not like that. They know how I feel about that. And for them to do that, I mean, my daughter must have went to her bed last night, this morning. I don't know. I was asleep. And I had that trust in them. And now it's gone. So there will be consequences. There probably won't be sleepovers anytime soon.
Mrs. Harris, communication. What happened there?
I mean, there's no boundaries.
What happened there, y'all?
There's no boundaries because obviously this is not her friend. This is her girlfriend, like she said, right? Because you wouldn't be saying one sleeps on the floor, right? Because we was friends. We sleep foot to head, head to toe, all that. You know, that wasn't an issue.
Gotcha.
So obviously this situation this is her girlfriend. Same rules apply. Girlfriend, boyfriend, nobody spends the night. You got to have some boundaries. There's absolutely no communication. And she doesn't say anything. Like the room looks horribly disgusting. There's 2 of y'all. Y'all can't clean up. So we got 2 females in one room and we can't clean up. It's just a whole bunch of lack of communication. Yeah. And then why do you women feel the need to come to social media for attention? That was the moment to wake them up and have this discussion with them.
Absolutely. She's waiting, but she
Are you
said she
kidding
wanted
me?
to calm down. Shout out to Enya checking
I mean, a little bit upset is okay.
Right.
You know, I get the calm down because you're irrational, but you're already irrational when you allow. You know what I mean? Like how much rationale you think you're gonna get from being calm? I don't know. A little bit of uproar would have scared the shit out of them. You know, because now you tough, ma, right?
I hear you.
So yeah. What you think, babe? That was
communication again, you know, waiting to wake them up. I might not have agreed with that. I think I would have made the lines clear because they're obviously not clear now, still blurred, still gray. Because she said, you know, they know I feel like this. They know I believe this. They know my stance is this, but yet the result is what we see.
Right.
So, you know, it's going to have to be some drawing of the lines. Like I said, if you're not mature enough to be able to recognize these nuances, these gray areas, these mature areas of sophistication you have to operate in when it comes to communication, when it comes to do as I say, not as I do, when it comes to having messengers that have a certain message, but them as the messenger don't depict, you know, accordance.
right. The perspective they trying to
You
give
got to
off,
be able
not matching.
to differentiate. You have to see through that. You have to self-correct. And again, navigate through those gray areas to come out polished on the other side. Like you say all the time, it's hard for a rose to grow through concrete.
It is.
So you're going to have to concentrate, Rose.
You're going to have to focus. Right. Yeah, that was a friendship. That was a mommy-daughter friendship, man.
Let's see what they talk about in the chat.
But you should have never let it happen in the first place, knowing it was a relationship, not just a friendship. Absolutely. Absolutely be cool.
How old are they?
How
Probably
old
teenagers,
are they?
right? It sound like teenagers. Oh, we did not have sleepovers,
What?
child.
Exactly. She opened the door for that one.
Yeah, trifling times too.
Trifling times too.
Exactly. But let's tell social media
first.
Damn,
First.
Sarah.
Absolutely.
Mom not holding down the respect. Talk about it. She needs some respect on her name.
I think sleepovers were over in the early 2000s. No, our kids, no, you can sleep over here, absolutely. But we, not in that way.
Yeah, nah,
but they can't sleep over other people's house. But we absolutely do the big old slumber party thing here and all of that. Yeah.
Everything goes on social media now. Shaking my head. Absolutely, sis. Lost in translation in the building.
Welcome, brother.
Hope you're doing well.
I think that is in poor taste to reprimand these children on social media because we were all children. And just imagine if any of that was, I say that to our kids, if there was a camera, child, I was bad. Running them streets all the time.
Okay.
So, it's not fair to them because, again, we say children can't consent. Children don't really understand what they're doing, to some degree, but we reprimand them and some of them scream at them, cut their hair off and do all kinds of things to their kids on this platform. And it's horrible and they need to be shamed for it. It's not okay. It's other ways.
God damn.
It's like shame on you. If it was done to you, you should know that it didn't work because obviously you're repeating the cycle and you're not able and capable of having a functional relationship with your children, just like what was happening with you and your parents, right? Because now we continuing it and thinking that it's okay. Like it's not. It's not. It's ways that we can do better with our children. Pick up some books, take some classes. It all helps. And it's on us to do it. Shouldn't have to call the authorities on you to make you do it.
Come on, sis. Look what sis said. Brother.
Who that man?
Talk about it, sis. You see that? You see that hand?
Come on, AI.
You see that? Sis? I'm learning, sis.
Y'all, we be playing over here.
Sis, I'm learning. You see that handsome devil? Don't he look like he active listening though, sis? Look at his listening though, sis.
You gotta stop getting upset with hearing the truth. Go work on your games. Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
That's me, sis. Looking like my son. My son looks just like that.
Yes, he
like
did.
Rico Suave. That's number 2. Which one is that one, Mrs. Harris?
Active listening. Okay. Oh, man. Many children love to talk. They love to talk, y'all. They will talk themselves to sleep. Oh my goodness. They want to tell you about their toys, the bug they saw at the park, and a million other thoughts that enter their growing minds. For real, for real. Okay. So as a parent, these early years are a perfect time to practice active listening and show your kids you care about what they have to say. And that's just repeating maybe what they said to you, and the more you practice this skill, you teach your kids that they can come to you with anything, which is especially important as they get older and have bigger problems. Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Think about that.
Oh, that is very important. And I knew that was going to be important with each female child we had. My mother and my communication was quite open and I really appreciate that. I knew that I can come and ask her anything and she would try her best, to give me the most open and honest answers. The friendship that was built only 17 years apart. Mind you, I'm the baby. So, being that close in age, watching her develop into the awesome woman, mother, grandmother that she is now. I'm like, we're blessed, but it was a struggle and she was one honest lady. Do you hear me? So I can come ask anything and I got an honest response. So I do appreciate that. And it definitely sent that cycle to me, with our children, very open and honest. I was teaching them about the anatomy of their body very, very early, going to the library, not afraid to show pictures. So now that they're grown and we can have these open conversations and them not feel timid or afraid to ask me anything or be uncomfortable talking about sex. Mm-mm. So it does open that window for later communication, you know, and it's going to be struggles because they're going to go through their hormonal phases between 13 and 17 and holy shit, you know, hold on to your hats, but you got to keep that open communication dialogue there. And it's on us. It's more on us because they're going to pull away and it's on us. You know, you can't beat them down trying to do it.
Mona D checked in one of our lionesses. Shout out to you, Mona D.
Yes. Let me see. She said, my children have never spent the night with friends, only with their grandma when she was alive. And then my daughter goes to my sister or aunt's home every blue moon. No friends' homes. Yeah.
This is a work of art.
Absolutely. We were the same way.
Absolutely. And it's not, you know, not being mean or insensitive. It's lessening the probability.
Absolutely.
There's a certain percentage of possibility, probability, and likelihood. What we're going to do is eliminate all of that.
Yeah.
When you get 18 and old enough to do your thing, spend the night as much as you want. Do your thing. But right now, with the way people are fickle, the way society is, you know, I can't say nothing, you know, the way situations are just unpredictable. We don't know who's coming over to your house. We don't know what kind of company you keep. We don't know what kind of company they keep. We don't know what kind of company they keep. Because anybody could pop up one day, ring the bell. What kind of house do you have that people could just come over, ring the bell, just come in? You got one of those houses. So all of that is too questionable.
Right.
And what we're going to do is just let you make that decision when you get older. Because right now we making a decision and you ain't going nowhere. Like nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, and it was amazing because you played basketball. So the conversations to have with my husband to make him aware of the grape culture. And we talking like 20 years ago, having this conversation, he was amazed. Like, what do you mean culture?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, women, it's a culture for us, my dude. Like we have a certain mindset when we go out the door, having to protect ourselves from any and all types of enemies, you know. So
go to the bathroom all together.
I mean, yeah, some of those things are all for protection, you know. So yeah. And making them very clear that this is why they can't go here, like, and having these conversations with our kids about appropriate and inappropriate touching, and you know, not trusting people. Like, was very open about it, not afraid to let them know, like, yeah, we don't know these people.
Indeed,
I don't mind getting to know them, and then, you know, but I'm one of them mothers. I'll grab a bag and a slumber bag, and I'm coming to slumber party too. You know, if they welcome, I'm welcome, right? So
when you get
it's
that
all good.
Back, that's when you know it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, but we had a slumber parties. We planning one actually, so soon.
Shout out to everybody pulling up and checking in. I made many mistakes with my kids because I was broken trying to be better than what I have known. But it wasn't until gaining education and therapy that I was able to positive communication skills. Absolutely.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
that, you know, consciousness. That's that knowledge, wisdom, understanding. It awakens consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's all we speak to is just understand what's going on around you. When you, I don't know, I don't listen to the news. I don't watch TV. I don't know about this. I don't care about those people. You're a little naive to things that's going on around you. Hey, Madison, everybody say hey to Madison. You wanted to
Boogie.
peek her head in and say
that's
hello.
Not Madison. That's Cypher.
Oh, that's the big one? Oh, that's the bigger one right there. See that? They all start to run together to me. Y'all know how it goes.
Shoot, she got her popcorns and strawberries.
So that understanding, that knowledge, it sparks that consciousness that we need. And you know, just showing them that being aware of your surroundings, being able to process information, being able to see things as they happening or maybe even about to happen, anticipation, and like these things are
paying attention to
skills.
social cues.
Like
absolutely,
these things just went away from us. A lot of the guys, we played sports, we had situational awareness. Certain situations call for certain things.
Yes,
I don't think it stops when we get a family. I think it intensifies.
Oh yeah.
Being able to differentiate, being able to delegate, being able to regulate,
right?
Being able to rhyme. God damn it. It matters.
Right.
And it matters even more when it comes to the people that share our last name. How dare I was able to coordinate and send people and like on the court. now when it comes to my family, I don't know how to do it no more.
Right. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And we gonna look at it. I got some videos queued up. I got some stuff for y'all. Like
it was a unique time raising these kids. Yeah. And me too, sis. Sarah, I had to grow up a lot. Like I went to college at 30 and got the degree in early childhood instruction. And I thought, it was great. It gave me so many more tips and strategies, the psychology of children and learning all of that and having all these books. It absolutely gave me more strength, to give them grace and be patient with their growing and developing as individuals. 5 years apart, each kid, we were starting over every time. It was like,
indeed.
So it gave us a little room to learn and mess up a little bit. You know what I mean? But correcting ourselves was the most important part. And I guess our kids see that part. Each one seeing the correction and just trying to be better.
Absolutely.
So that's the reflection we see. They definitely communicate well.
Checked in. Statistically, it's never a stranger to the child who is violated.
Absolutely.
It's someone who is an acquaintance of the child and or child's friends, family who violates the child. Absolutely.
Yes.
And again, Mona, I'm that Tuesday, Wednesday thinker. I'm again thinking of just the people that come in and out the house on, just so familiar and hey, and he got nephews or they got cousins and they're living and they all of y'all go down in the basement and y'all go watch SpongeBob or
that's what I speak of a lot
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like in our day, it was different. You kind of created this atmosphere by being hands off because you want to do as I say, not as I do. Because y'all want to be upstairs doing
whatever, smoking the reefers, doing their music,
exactly,
two-stepping, partying, cards, whatever.
And this
grown
is where
folks
it
stuff.
comes in. We get so absorbed with ourselves.
Right.
We start to lose focus.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, once you have them, it ain't about you. If it's still about you, that's a immediate indicator. This person is not a parent. They need some consciousness awakening in them. If you don't know you're a parent, let us tell you you're a parent.
Yeah.
I don't know if you needed
you got to be more aware of that.
To say you a mom. I don't know how you needed to be put to you. But you need to be aware. Do you want this person to have a better life?
Right.
A different life.
I mean, and it was a time, people were reprimanded, man. Fathers and mothers were reprimanded. You need to do a better job with them kids now. You need to do that baby hair. You need to this and that. You need some help. Like, because it's just too many resources, man. We got too many YouTube videos for people to look at, to keep saying, I don't know how to do this and I don't know how to do that. Learn, damn it. Find a way to learn. There's too many resources nowadays. Our cities have free resources for classes and skills to be learned.
Number 3.
Empathy. As an adult, it's easy to forget the challenges of being a child. Self-reflection, please. And when they don't listen to your instructions or start throwing a tantrum, frustration grows. But children's brains continue to develop until their mid to late 20s. So they don't always have the ability to do what you ask. Additionally, they don't finish forming the part of their brain responsible for emotional regulation until they're 8 or 9. So approaching children with empathy and compassion allows their minds to develop without extra pressure or confusion. Yes. I mean, and these types of conversations can be a early morning conversation in the bed, snuggling, letting them know how much you understand that it hurts to grow up. Literally, sometimes for them. Physically, literally, growing pains is something that's actually real. And women with your girls, as they're growing up, they're absolutely going to start going through some possible hormonal fluctuations that you are not aware of and they're not aware of, anywhere between 8 and 12. So just making them more aware of their body is important so they don't, just try to battle it out in their mind and try to figure it out in their mind when you got to start telling them these things, especially as women. We all were those ages before. So while you're doing that, just try to self-reflect on when you was that little girl, because they want to know, what kind of conversations we used to have with Madison. She still was asking. She didn't think that I was a little girl, So between that 5, 6, 7 stage, if they're not advanced, they're definitely going to be asking that, like, grandma, that's your mommy, like you were in her belly. And those conversations, have them, man. Be as open and honest as you can.
Absolutely.
For them to understand. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They understand more than
Sarah
you
said,
think.
I wish I had this knowledge when I first became a parent. We do too. We do
yes,
too.
absolutely.
We have to apologize to the bigger one, and not apologize, but let her know
Ask
that
for grace.
you got a different parent than Madison got, than what Cypher got. Then you know what I mean? And we had less room for error. Like with each one of you, the room for error got a little bit larger and bigger, because again, 5 years apart and us growing maturely, growing together, and that gave them each a different parent. But Nishanti, the first one, we had limited room for error, and she felt it.
And I was parenting in fear. I was parenting in fear. So many cycles to break. So many cycles to break. It was scary, So yeah, it's what you're going to go through. But again, the more you know, the more you're willing to learn, and, equipping our young girls with this type of information before they even consider having a child. Like, this is information that we should all know. Them childbearing classes, like that stuff we can force or promote or seek to get the schools to implement again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mona D checked in. She said, yes, unfortunately true, Mr. He said, and it only takes a quick moment for a child to be robbed of their innocence. Absolutely. And that's, again, the consciousness that we just want people to have, that if we take the onus on ourselves to do all that we can, again, all we could do is control what we can control.
Right.
And that's the information that they have, the knowledge, the morals, the values that they have inside of them. And then we send them out and hope they're going to make the right choices. But if we don't have the consciousness in our parenting to give them that information, shout out to Quantum on the check-in. Hey, sis,
hey, Quantum, good to see you.
To my brother Ars on the check-in.
Hey,
what
brother.
up, homie? Hope you're doing well. Then, it's on us to give them that consciousness, that Jiminy Cricket, remember him?
Yes.
That inside,
absolutely,
Pinocchio, I believe it was. Like, you got to make the right choice, man, because this is your life. Like I said on Saturday, Mr. Butler was my Jiminy Cricket. You got to think about your life, and he was on a movie screen. So again, I had to see that these pork eating people, these Saturday sinners, Sunday saints. I'm not doing this. I'm not taking this into my family. It's going to be communication. It's going to be honesty, even if it hurts.
Yeah.
I don't care if it
used
hurts.
to hurt. It used to hurt.
I don't care. And what did I say when I met you? It's a feeling. It lasts about 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll be on to the next one.
You were gentle with me, I have to say, man.
But I was very quiet first, because I could not immediately thrust all of this on you, all of this ideology, all of this direct, all of this. Nah. Here's what you're gonna do. Sit down.
I'd have been like, excuse me, you know where I come from? It would not be good.
Take your time. Your time is gonna come. She's gonna be susceptible to it. And it was great to see.
Yeah.
Mona D checked in. What she said?
She said, yes, so true, especially that emotional regulation. We do exercise, we do exercise to calm and regulate when my daughter is overwhelmed, frustrated, stuck. We both need it. LOL. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly
my daughter. And I have a stressed relationship because I didn't have control of my anger issues. Yeah.
Beauty in parenting, a child, and be open and standing 10 toes down is that both the parents and child need grace.
Yes.
Because we learn from each other.
Absolutely.
My child raised me to talk.
Word.
You know what I speak to again about that protection. Like, we act like we don't all protect each other. Just because my protection may look physical, or, in conversation be physical with somebody breaking through the door at 10 in the night.
Right.
But
it happens.
Protection is
they dive through windows and shit.
First week we were here. First week we in Baltimore. Somebody bust through our window,
dove through the window
because he said somebody was chasing him and was threatening
he
his
was
life.
scared for his
but
life.
It was unique for our first week in Baltimore, but we got through it. But it's that protection. You protect me with your demeanor, with your decorum, with your ladylike nature. Again,
Yes.
never putting me in no bullshit. Our
Absolutely.
kids protect us
Yes.
with their attitude, with their demeanor, with the way they behave. And again, we all know we willing to die for each other. Muhammad know I'll die for him.
Absolutely.
I know he'll die, but I'm also willing to live for him too.
Right.
I'm willing to make the necessary corrections. I'm willing to de-escalate a conversation. I'm willing to say, maybe we got off on the wrong foot, man. Can we start again?
Right. Yeah. That's what our children did for me.
You guys, right. They protect you.
They did.
Just like you protect them. It's all circular. It's all reciprocal.
Right.
But when we looking at only what we can gain from it, when we're becoming opportunistic, I'm not getting enough protection from you.
I don't care.
You dressing with them tight ass jeans on. And again, if you don't say, well, you know what? You do protect me in the middle of the night. Maybe I can protect you by being nicer, by having a certain decorum, a certain personality coming off to others, and the way I handle disagreements, the way I handle when things don't go my way. That's all people are asking for is consideration. And if consideration would have been given, the conversations would move so fluently. What do you think, Mrs.
I mean, I absolutely agree. I mean, I was the one who lacked the consideration. So I absolutely agree. I gotta I'm telling y'all, I had to grow up a lot, you know, and like you said, those children helped a lot, you know, and I'm one of them people where I want them in tow with me. Okay. Cause I may be the type of person that's triggered easily. So, you know, my children protect me and keep me calm so I don't act a fool. You know, I know that I have to behave a certain way for them. So even if I don't have no control and restraint in self, I'm going to reflect on them.
And you know what?
And I had to learn that. It made it a better habit.
And I'm going to reflect on that right there, what you just said. Blaze said, I'm not a parent, but I'm going to absorb some of these gems right here.
Yeah, it ain't easy, man.
Yes, indeed.
And they're all different.
Indeed, Mona.
Goodness
yes,
gracious.
indeed. Amen, y'all. I love this community because it allows me a safe space, transparent and genuine. Absolutely. Sarah,
Yes,
we love
yes.
you so much. You have no
And
idea.
we need to build about the daughter thing. Back, you know,
I do not care about what they are feeling. My first two are grown now. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
So they get advice. Ashanti gets a great name.
Ashanti.
She gets all the
gets all the smoke. My baby Lone.
That's my guy right there.
Awesome daddy. Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't. I love the daddies. Y'all know it. Y'all know what it is. I know too many good ones.
I was gonna reflect on something that you said. You were alluding to, was it the children?
Yeah. Them keeping me in control and showing some restraint because I have to behave a certain way.
Absolutely.
With them, you know.
And I look now, I fast forward to now. And recently you said something happened at the Dollar General where you might have had a back and forth with a young lady.
But
here's the thing.
Chick.
You told Madison to go to the car, and what did Madison do?
She went to the car.
Did she ask why?
He did not ask why.
I'm scared.
Shooting.
She went to the car.
Madison, go to the car. Started it and everything. She got in.
And again, you know, we understand that all times ain't gonna be ideal where we gonna be able to pull it all the way back and stop this from happening. But we do need everybody to act accordingly. Just chill out, do what you're supposed to do. Don't worry. Well, what about what you're supposed to do? Don't worry about all of that.
Oh,
do
man.
what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and we gonna get this done.
Right.
And then Madison got further instructions. Next time you can voice activate and do some further things. But it's about that consideration that I got a question for y'all. I told y'all I was going to break it up with a few commercials. Do y'all think he going to be able to empathize, communicate, delegate, and regulate all this?
Yeah. Go ahead, baby. What you want to know?
How many kids you have?
I got 33 daughters and 13 boys.
Damn.
22 baby mamas. How many grandkids? 2 ex-wives. 12 grandkids. Only out of 3 daughters. So imagine when the other ones get to pop at all. And a lot of times y'all don't know the situation what I was going through on child support, bitch. Let me tell y'all stinking assholes something. In the last 40 years, all y'all stinking assholes who put y'all daddies, y'all brothers, y'all husband, and y'all baby daddies on child support, all y'all did is help the system gain 43 million black brothers and sisters is in jail for child support, you stupid motherfucker. And all you did is tore up your fucking family, you dumb bitch. Then you wonder why nigga don't want
about it. Like, men are just having babies all over the place. No, they're not. Living their life.
Mrs. Harris, can he regulate and delegate with all of them? That was a lot.
Damn, son.
Wow.
That's that.
You mean can he regulate? Right? Can he regulate all those children and
God
can he regulate himself? Holy shit! 22 baby mamas. What's wrong with these women?
That's gonna be hard, and that's the consciousness that again I'm talking about. And we just went through 1 through 3. There's no way he can communicate, actively listen, and show empathy to all of those children. So again, sometimes they start behind the 8 ball. So it's on us.
The foundation's already cracking.
Thank you. And if you want that rose to grow through concrete, you gotta overcompensate. You gotta do a little more.
Right. Not with things. That's where we got it wrong. The last 30 years, y'all are ridiculous with the fucking Jordans and putting these tight ass sneakers on these babies' feet and choking them because they cute and shit. Irritates the shit out of me. They grow so damn fast. Please.
You said I just spit out my ginger ale. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I think about the women. That's one man. You 20 bitches. Because 2, he was married to 20 women, said he was good enough to lay down and let's have some babies. Holy crap.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love.
Is that wow? Wow.
That's number 4.
Goddamn shame. Lord have mercy. That's ridiculous.
Number 4, education, Mrs. Harris. Tell them about education.
Lord. Man, education is very important. And it starts at home. As a parent, you're likely your child's first teacher. Okay. You teach them to eat, to walk, and talk long before they enter formal education. You have them a whole 5 years before you send them to kindergarten. Okay. And even when kids start school, you still teach them by helping with homework and encouraging positive behaviors. Studying different education and coaching skills can help you find the best method for teaching your kids and helping them start their academic careers. It's also a good practice to research learning styles and discover which one suits your child. That way you can give them the specific tools they need to succeed. And in doing that, some schools offer a lot of resources. You may have a grade up or 2 that may have a tutoring program where they may take them out of class and let them go and assist with some tutoring. So, check on those resources and see if they're available for your child. But you have to know that they may have a problem. Madison struggles in math. She doesn't have dyslexia, but she has the math one. So we got to do a lot of different techniques and things to get her through this stage in math for 4th grade. 'Cause it's no joke.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
you have to recognize it. You're not blaming math. You're not blaming the book or the time of
you don't want to beat them up
or blaming her. Absolutely. But it's just something that you have to work through.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in the homeschool, the pleasure of homeschool, we can go at our own pace. It's no rush to push her through and force her, make her feel so much pressure. Because I think that's what school does to children, put them under so much pressure.
Damn.
For the same indoctrination that we all got. And is it really worth it? That's
Indeed.
where my mind is now. So 5 is
Giving praise.
Goodness gracious. You can't give enough. A house full of praise is a house that's pretty, happy, comfortable, peaceful. And it's not just the children. Us praising each other is quite important for them to hear each other be praised. You praise dad praise mom. Those things are very important. So
Yes, indeed.
Modeling the behavior is drastic for them.
Yes,
Okay.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
Can't
Neek
just
is the night is
Hey,
in the building.
Neek.
Hey, Neek.
Yeah.
What's pop? Hope you're doing well.
We become parents of constant reprimand, right? And point out everything bad, and instead of giving that praise. So it's always hard to balance it out. But the more praise you get, the more praise you give them, the more willing they'll be to accept critique.
Absolutely.
Or reprimand when they do something wrong. So research shows that parental praise builds resilience, okay, and self-esteem. In fact, vague praise, like a thumbs up, is actually more beneficial than specific praise because it doesn't link a child's good work to a trait like intelligence. Ambiguous praise brings less pressure and gives kids more space to improve. As a parent, you should strive to be your child's cheerleader, showing them with compliments and helping them develop self-love. But it's also important to do so thoughtfully and intentionally so that they have room to grow and don't feel pressure to perform. Goodness gracious, the pressure they put on themselves is quite in abundance, y'all. And it's something they do to themselves. I swear, I remember constantly having this conversation with all of the kids. Like, goodness, why you put so much pressure on yourself? Relax, take it easy. It's not that serious. I know you're gonna get it. Now, where that come from, I don't know, because I was a perfectionist kid too, so I get it, but I didn't have people. I didn't feel that pressure from the people. Like I said, I felt that myself. So I get it.
Got you.
I guess it's the perfectionist in all people. I don't know, but that's something they work through.
I mean, for me, you know me. I love pressure.
I know.
How do you get a diamond? How do you make a diamond?
Yeah.
From
you
pressure.
Apply pressure. Absolutely.
So
they working through that. Yeah.
It could bust a pipe or it could make a diamond. It
depends
on how you look
resilience.
at it.
Yeah.
For me, there's an operative term in here. Let's see. It says, what cheerleader should you be for your child?
Their biggest
cheerleader, right?
You all were cheerleaders before.
Here's the thing, though, Mrs. Harris.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to take you there, right? Don't people try to say women are like children? So shouldn't you be their biggest cheerleader? Again, when I say the best thing you could do for a child is love their parent,
yes,
to be their biggest cheerleader is the best thing that you can do for anybody. Especially your significant other, the person that you chose to be with, boyfriend, girlfriend, long term. Because I'm about to, maybe Saturday, I might be talking about marriage and how it might not be a good idea for you guys. Because you're not going to find a Mrs. She Said. You're not going to find a Mona D. You're not going to find an Almond Eyes.
It's going to be kind of hard to find one.
You don't ask the right questions. You're not astute enough. You can't break the ice. You're too worried about what you got to pay for. And so on and so forth. So maybe marriage might not, you guys might be right. Marriage and finding somebody that's in it for love, that's willing to build, all of that stuff.
Not looking for divorce.
That it's not out here no more. Right. So they might be right. Because the quality of people that enter marriage, there's nothing wrong with marriage.
Nothing at all.
The quality of people that enter into marriage, that turn it into everything. Oh, it's the state, it's the country, it's a piece of paper, it's all of these people who love their football team for the state. Baltimore this weekend. Baltimore.
Got some of the people who only wear certain brands of clothes.
You know what I mean?
They honor that shit.
But it's a piece of paper. Money is a piece of paper too, goddamn it. But we work for it. Forget all of that.
W-2s.
They might be right. It's not for them. Y'all might want to hold off. And like I said, I might talk about it on Saturday because I was giving it some thought.
Okay.
But let's get back to it. And let's see.
Praise conflict.
Conflict
Yes.
resolution is number
Yes.
6.
Yes.
Can you
You
tackle that
definitely
one
did
for
a
me,
lot. You
Mrs.
definitely
Harris?
did a lot with that. A child's world has more conflict than you might think. Goodness gracious. From parental rules to playground. Here to go.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I can't read it if you
I
change the
took
screen.
it away. I done took it away from my woman. How you gonna give it to her and take it back?
Oh
Jesus
my goodness.
Christ.
From parental rules to playground spats. If you want your kid to navigate childhood and adulthood successfully, they should understand the basics of conflict resolution. Okay. Teach them this vital skill by talking them through disagreements with others like you or their siblings, and by modeling effective conflict resolution in your own life. So having a disagreement with the spouse and seeing how you guys come through with that, come to resolve, is important for them to see as well. Kids are sponges, man, and showing them how to behave is often more effective than telling them. Because we can be telling them one thing and doing something else, and they recognize that shit. They see that you're a freaking liar. They know that you're a liar.
With Michelle at 4:30. Stop.
Mom.
At 4:30.
Mom.
What?
Are you tricking tonight? Are you tricking tonight?
No, I'm not.
I want to watch a movie since you're not tricking tonight.
What'd you say about modeling behavior? Jesus. Holy shit. Too soon? Let's get to the chat. Let's see what the chat's about.
Ciao.
That's a fact. Boo. Ravens suck. Damn, sis. God.
Boo.
I'm hoping my cooks don't get the W2 flus.
They will.
Wait.
They will, brother. They will.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They shooting.
Shit.
Damn. Somebody gonna get real bold. They gonna
They
walk
doing
in
them
that
automatic.
motherfucker. They gonna say, hey, chef.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Say, wow. He must have got his W2. Do you have an example of what cheerleading looks like, sounds like? Some parents confuse cheerleading and overdoing in the name of celebrating theirs. You are absolutely right, Doc. Jesus Christ. There is a thin line between cheerleading and just, self-proclamation. And we know that that's your boo. Jesus Christ. We know that shit. We know that your boo. But Mrs. Harris, would you like to give an example of cheerleading?
It starts off even just as the littlest things, when they're excited that they did something. Cleaning up their room, completing something that they planned for themselves. Small goals, washing their face and brushing their teeth, and now they're ready for the day. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my goodness, thank you. I'm so proud of you. You're being intentional with your time. This is showing me that you are maturing, and you got to say these words so they're aware that, specifically it's something that you're doing, instead of just saying, good job,
Absolutely.
good job for what though?
Good job, Tony.
Or
what? No.
I really appreciate you, sweeping up the steps and getting that done in a time that it helped me, because I'm used to doing it. It's usually my job. I don't mind doing it, but I'm grateful that you took the time to do it for me, homework being done. You did that without a struggle. Like, is there anything that I can do for you? So always offering your assistance with something. It's just not giving them praise. You can offer something that's even more praise, right? Something in return for that good work that you noticed. That it's, what your kids want or like or was looking forward to. So that's something that can be an incentive. They wasn't looking to get anything, right? So something unexpected, an unexpected reward is another form of being a good cheerleader. So
mine is verbal, just advocating, noticing, pointing out, giving those compliments. Like I said, it's it's not hard for me to give the constructive criticism because I give the compliments
practice
with the same enthusiasm, the same vigor. It's your hair is pretty, you smell nice, and you've been working hard. I notice what you're doing around the house. It's every day. It's Tuesday and Wednesday. It's not always just at graduation. It's not always just your birthday, and it is your birthday. It's letting everybody else know it's not your birthday. Goddamn. And again, these are the things we got to train up in people. Really do. It's not your birthday.
Selfish little humans.
It's her birthday today. I don't care if there's a house full of girls and you feel like you want to get a gift and let's get them all a gift. Too much feeling. So that, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's her birthday today. And that celebration is what we all deserve. That, that notice, that point out, that pat on the back. And we go out our way to give that to our family, because to be a 25-year-old and navigate in this world, 18 and married, this all looks new to us. We didn't come up in a functional house. This is functional for us.
Right.
We still got, things that we need to curtail and,
absolutely,
and always room that we can improve as a family. But this is the first time this is being done on our clock, on our watch.
Absolutely.
So, we still a work in progress, and everybody looks to us kind of like a beacon, but we don't even have it all.
Right.
So, we still working it out, but I think every day, using it as fuel for our tank is how we continue to move. Because again, my dad didn't have the courage to do what I'm doing. Her dad didn't have the courage to do. Her mom is amazing, but she didn't be the matriarch of a family like how Nikki is doing right now.
Yeah.
So, I was just alluding to Nikki, like, you are the person I would come to for vetting. You're the only person. If I didn't know, if I wasn't married to you, I don't see any other women in my world. Rest in peace to my sister Saleha.
Yes.
But nobody else can really vet for me. And a woman, an honorable woman, can vet for a man. Not every woman can vet. Most of them can't vet. But there are some that are living with the results that are honorable and admirable, and they can vet for a young man, maybe even potentially a woman picking a man.
We've had friends,
but
throughout our years.
Overall, it's going to be a man that has to do that vetting. But there is a particular type of woman and style of woman that can vet, but they are far and few between. And that's why, again, I tip my hat to you and Red Lipstick and all of the lionesses, because, if this was a world where I was dating, I would be able to come to these women for honesty. For organic.
Shout out to my brothers who come.
Absolutely. And all of my brothers that's in your corner as well, and mine as well. But this is where we can get lawyers. These are lawyers. Everybody else working with legal aids. I need somebody that's in my best interest.
That's right.
That's going to ask the pertinent questions. That's alluding to this list, what we talking about. This is the type of parent. You got to be a lawyer parent.
Right.
And top dollar parent.
And I say this not in the best interest of you, but in the best interest of the seeds that you create. Like the ladies, I think they lack the logic of understanding that it took your seed to create this life. It's a level of respect and honor that really needs to be given. Like, even if you don't like the nigga no more, if y'all not cool, it's just, like, this is his seed. They need to know where they came from. Like, even if you can't let go of whatever pain, cheater, whatever the dog was, that's still his child. Like, and he has a right to be in that child's life. So ladies need to wake up with that, because it might not turn out the way you think in the future. She might hate you. He might hate you.
Damn.
For keeping that father away, or just having that bitterness where you don't want that child to like that parent. Well, unique, man.
Look what Brule said. He said, as long as you're above ground,
there's always room for improvement.
This is a work of art.
Yes.
Shout out to my brother. He said, peace, brother. He said, peace, my brother. Okay.
It's no joke out
This is a great segue to this one, to number 7. Safe. One of my favorite numbers.
Safety. Shit.
Safety.
Learning how to be a good parent usually starts with keeping your little ones safe. Okay. You baby proof the house. Learn how to hold them properly. Watch them like a hawk to make sure they're doing well and out of harm's way. This is a critical part of good parenting. But how can you be sure your child will stay safe when you're not around? Okay, brushing up on your safety basics and teaching them to your child can go a long way toward putting your mind at ease, especially if you're a working parent. Okay, show them how to communicate when they're hurt and find a trusted adult in any situation. It's difficult to think of worst case scenarios, but prepping your child helps prevent them.
It's great info.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said,
and I stress that.
Yes. It's difficult thinking of worst case scenarios, but you're gonna have to kind of face that reality and even, go into a hypothetical and talk through those.
Yes.
In order to get solutions and strategies. What say you, Mrs.?
I mean, and that's why communication is important, because, when you have most parents who have to send their child to daycare, and even if by 3 they're going, some kids can speak, they can articulate well, they know particular body parts and things like that. So having that line of communication and open dialogue of the truth, because that's what I call it, truth, the anatomy of their body, so they know, specifically what things are called, because you're going to notice when your child says something, or, they're going to know that it's inappropriate. They're going to feel more comfortable to say this is something that happened, because if they don't know, they're not going to know to tell you, right?
I hear you.
So, it's unique. We have to do that work to prepare them with dialogue. So don't be afraid to have those conversations about appropriate, inappropriate touching and consent. 8.
Autonomy and independence. Effective parenting isn't just about your role in your family's happiness and health. Your children should also learn how to be independent and strong, so they know how to navigate the real world when they become adults. They are becoming adults one day. They're not going to be children forever. You should treat them like you want them to be adults one day.
Yeah.
Like those 2 cute. Look at them 2 cute adults right there.
You filling your head with he said, she said.
Jesus
He got
Christ.
an awesome forehead.
Forehead now, all that forehead. Is that a forehead or a 5-head?
He said, she said. Yeah, that's that 4
might
by
be a
4.
5-head.
Yeah, God love
Yeah.
you.
They shoot. I like that too. All the cute things have big foreheads.
I get it from my daddy.
Start by giving them responsibilities with your family.
Yes.
Young children can do simple tasks like picking up their toys or feeding family pets.
Yes.
As you explore the world together, like taking the subway or going to the movies, explain the actions you're taking so they understand what to do when they're independent.
Shooting.
Mrs. Harris.
Oh man. I mean, I the phones messed everything up. People don't talk to their kids. They don't. I have to say it, because the stories I hear, the things I see, we are not talking to these kids. And the only way they're going to learn the world around them is through us first. So I agree. Conversations on going to the store and what we have to get from the store and why we have to get it from the store, because we have to cook all weekend. Like, conversations get really dragged out. I used to tell them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. The questions don't stop. Are you going to be a parent that gets tired and drained and hate that they're asking you questions and push them away and get out my face? Like, that's very unhealthy for them. It's teaching them this is what people do when you want knowledge, when you want to learn something, right? They can't trust to come and ask you for anything, because, you're not going to get an answer. You don't care. They learn that shit quickly.
Okay.
What brothers say? I feel like being a parent is innate. I don't think a book can teach you how to be a parent. Most parenting books are based on an opinion or a controlled environment. I don't know if I agree with you, brother.
Okay.
It's a lot of information that you can have that will create some knowledge, because with parenting, it's a lot of being scared. You don't know what to do. Some people don't know how to change a diaper, how to do the milk and make the bottles, and what to look for when they're sick and things. So it's a lot of tips and tools and strategies for them overall, because it's different for everybody, but they can absolutely learn more from some books.
Yeah.
And watching some stuff.
I remember my grandfather had me memorize my full name, address, home, phone number by the time I was in kindergarten. Absolutely.
I say that to parents a lot. You know, don't just, you have to teach them your name. Like, what's your mommy name, mommy? What's your daddy name, daddy?
Where you live? At my house. Damn. It's gonna be
Do you
hard.
know the color of the house?
This is gonna be hard.
No. Like, what kind of car mommy drive? What color?
It's
like,
hard.
Yeah. So a lot of these things is important, man. I don't know about y'all, but my child, I learned what I learned as I went. I had no idea. Of course, we did too, dude. Yeah, but there are books out there, right? It's a lot of stuff.
Had no idea about being a business owner either.
Yes.
But we read books.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not to say that there's a book on parenting, but there's lots of books on parenting.
I mean, shoot, Shanti's what, 23? So yeah, when I went to the library and I got a book, What to Expect When You're Expecting. So there was always books, you know, to help us. You know, it's nothing that's concrete, but it's definitely going to give you some type of knowledge. But I also was babysitting from the time I was 9 in abundance, like love kids, braid hair, always had some kids around me, nieces and nephews. So shoot, I got mad books over here. But yeah, a lot of books. You can learn some stuff. You know, remember how I used to yell and all of that. You pick up tips and, you know, different strategies. And again, and I always say, you know, we can't just blame the kids. Our behavior, changing our behavior when things are in uproar at home will change the children's behavior. Okay. Don't just think it's your children's fault, their problem. They have a problem that needs to be changed. They got there some kind of way. So we have to reflect on ourselves and what we can do better, how we can model better behavior, so they can see, you know, and make a conscious choice that they want to do better. You know, to have those conversations with Madison, and she'll say, you know, I haven't been working hard, mommy, you know, and I can work a little harder. You know, those are appreciated because you noticing that you're not giving me the full effort. You know, I don't want to beat you down, but I want you to notice that you could give a little bit more effort, you know, so things can get done. So when your child says that at 9, like you got to appreciate that. Mm-hmm.
My son had all my info that he gave my phone number to his little girlfriend at school.
When he was 5.
When he was 5.
Okay. He said, call me, girl.
That's my point. It's different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Does these books track young Black how to react to an overzealous cop? We have to, as Black men, teach our sons how to come home alive and in one piece. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right,
and those lessons are going to start off, you know, from the time he's little. The age appropriateness of those lessons is going to change. You know, from little, you're not going to stress it as much. But as he gradually got older, you definitely had different types of talks and conversations about how he needs to move and deal with them. And yeah, ain't no book, but it is a book. It is. I mean,
and that's what knowledge is. Nothing but a combination of all of that learning. Yeah. And again, if you can't take even from the story of Moby Dick, from, you know, To Kill a Mockingbird, all of these things are incorporated to teach us, you know, how to behave with our temper. And again, when it comes time to come face to a cop, we know that it's time to act in accordance with how you act when you're in face with a cop. Again, we just want to create consciousness, well-roundedness. So, you know, when you're in the presence of a cop, you act a certain way. When you're in the presence of a 304, you act a certain way. And when you're in the presence of your professors and your coaches, you act a certain way. Mm-hmm. When you're in the presence of your future wife or long-term girlfriend,
your grandma,
you act a certain way. Again, all of these things, just the consciousness, the well-roundedness is what we want to speak to. The specificness of you and how to act when it comes to cops, we're going to have to, you know, leave that to your community, your village, your elders. They're going to be the ones to tell you that. We just your parents. That's a hard enough job doing that.
A lot of parents are hypocrites, right? It be the same parents who sit here and say, stay in the child's place. You can't ask me questions. But you're also the same parent who makes your child watch after their siblings. Yep. You make them tend to household responsibilities, cook for kids, take care of grandparents, give the grandparents their medicine, just depending on what type of household, if you have a transgenerational household, stuff like that. But you're also the same parent that say you have to stay in the child's place. Yeah. No. That child has, that child should be able to have a voice and speak as well, because you forced them to mature fastly. You made them develop quickly. You made them become an adult in the household. You made them become a second parent in the household, and then you want to tell them what they can and cannot do. They can't ask you questions, but you put that on them. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be your emotional cushion. They didn't ask to be your punching bag. They didn't ask to be a second parent. They didn't ask to be a caregiver. They didn't ask to be the person who's taking care of things. They didn't ask to help pay bills. They didn't ask to be at 16, 17 to go get a job and help pay bills and stuff like that. We really want to talk about
God forbid she wears some booty shorts because then she's being fast.
Oh, okay.
You push me in the fast track.
This is Harris.
Man, everything is so to the extreme. It's to the extreme. Goodness gracious. Oh, what do you think? That was a bit much.
Speaks to the topic at hand, to do as I say, not as I do. Again, we thrust our kids in these situations very uniquely when we say, we just watched last week Act Like Mommy Challenge. And when they act like mommy, what do? They jump on the couch, they grab the remote, they put on a bonnet, they say, go and make me some food, make little TJ some food, run his bath, get him good, and then get ready for bed. That's a lot. That's just what she described. I ain't asked to be all of this.
Right.
I'm somebody
I'm a
parent
kid.
now. I'm a cook now. And then stay in a child's place, though. What do you mean? When I was cooking and being your man the other day?
And raising my
sibling and washing a child. And so what am I? Am I a child? Am I adult? Do I do as you say, as you do? I'm confused, right? That's the saying. I'm confused. Again, why it don't apply all the way around the board? You just heard what they, in hindsight, those women were like hyenas. I ain't asked it.
Yeah, mad.
Nah.
And then when I put on some booty shorts, I'm being fast.
Goddamn kids around, smack the kids in the head, tell him he look like his daddy, make him clean up. Why is it not an equal playing field? I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Sis is looking. I grew up in the Bay Area, and when I started 6th grade, I was given a house key and able to travel throughout the city by myself. But I had to prove if I was responsible and fully aware.
That
Okay.
It's a different time. Because we were responsible like that. I tell the kids now, right? It's going to school, kindergarten, walking 4 or 5 blocks, Brooklyn streets to go to school. You know what I mean? So times are absolutely are different. We were forced to be responsible, and even with our parents working, the ones that wasn't on the drugs and in the street, they were present. They were as present as they could be. Compared to the parents now with the technology that we have, they are in the home, but they're absent. They're not conscious. They're not paying attention to these kids. Like you said, it's a lot of children raising children, which was a thing when we was coming up. We've seen it, firsthand. And it was something that I vowed, after we got pregnant with the second one, making that 5-year-old aware that you would not have to be a parent to this child. I want you to be the sibling. You like all throughout their childhood, and they look back and we reflect on it. Like, I didn't want y'all to feel as though you were raising your sibling. Like, I wanted you to just be comfortable in that role of being a sibling. It's my responsibility to be on them and make sure this and that gets done and hair gets done and food is made for them. So, I knew the weight, like how these women sound angry about it. Like, know people like that. I know a lot of sisters who mad, or brothers who were upset that they had to raise the other kids and they weren't allowed to get no love because, right, they had to be the responsible one. And if things went wrong, they got their ass whooped and everybody else didn't get their ass whooped, So say, yeah, now we're not going to do that to our kids, and I didn't want them to be not wanting to have children because I made them raise their siblings either, So we were very conscious about that.
Shout out to AR on the check-in.
Hey, now, brother.
Hope you're doing well, man.
Welcome.
Now we are on number 9 of the 12 parenting skills to improve your performance. You want to improve your performance?
You put this together.
Just go ahead and check out number 9. What's number 9?
That look like people. Cooperation. Oh man, teamwork Teamwork is a vital life skill that everyone needs to learn, especially if you want your child to work well with others at school and even in an office. Okay, so one of the best ways for kids to learn teamwork skills is to start practicing them with you. Work together. Okay. If you grew up having that routine, that Saturday morning routine, man, recreate that shit at home. That's something that absolutely worked. If everybody's home Saturday morning, we do that Saturday morning cleanup, have lunch together, and everybody can skate off and do whatever the heck they want, but have some type of routine. Work together to complete household projects, schoolwork, and more to teach them what healthy collaboration and cooperation looks like. Okay, couple your efforts with positive reinforcement, and you'll watch your kids become expert team players in no time.
Absolutely. Let's go right to number 10. Let's go ahead right to number 10.
Ooh, stress management, man. Children's mental health has worsened, y'all, since 2020. So much so that the American Academy of Pediatricians has deemed it a national freaking crisis. A national crisis, y'all. Children, stress management. Okay, with this in mind, some of the most important advice for parents is to teach kids how to healthfully manage stress and communicate their feelings. Okay, social media, bullying, and more significantly, strain today's children. Okay, they can handle it effectively and become stronger if they have some great stress management techniques in their emotional toolkits, and it sets the tone for their future emotional regulation skills.
What do you think about that?
Oh man, that's an important one. That's an important one because they get so much more access to media and other things, and even if they don't have it, they go to school and they get the access through friends and stuff. So
absolutely,
it's a lot of stress, and on top of being with parents who self-diagnose, you have so many parents self-diagnosing their depression and they're stressed out, and you stress me out, and that's all they hear is stress and anxiety, and I'm scared, and this is what they hear, this is what they see, just no resilience. They see everything is overwhelming. I can't get nothing done. Like, this affects them. It affects them more than you think. When you start to have freaking children 13 and under taking care of themselves, deleting themselves, we're in a crisis. We are in a crisis. So, this is important, stress management. And it's little things. It's little things, yoga, breathing, counting back to 10, counting back from 10 to 1. Just noticing when they're upset, being concerned, showing some empathy, having them deal with it in the moment, reflecting on how they felt. Those things are important, and coddling them. Yeah, that's not going to work. We need to be really truthful and realistic with these kids nowadays. What do you
want to hear
think?
something crazy?
They don't want to hear nothing crazy. I'm not going out and shoveling nobody's snow. You can take all the Instagram stories you want to.
My son just said that I'm treating him like a slave because I'm making him shovel the front of the house, number one.
I didn't say you treat me like a slave.
You did.
Making me shovel. I said shoveling like a slave.
Okay, same difference.
No, it's not.
And
no, it's not.
He doesn't think it's a good idea to go around the neighborhood and shovel people's fronts out for money.
Because who's doing that? Who's doing that? It's 2024. Did somebody want their house shovel to get up and shovel for themselves? And then you already made me shovel once, and you want me to do it again? No.
Yo, this new generation, boy. This is the new generation.
Go home.
We used to go get money out here.
I have a job.
We used to. That's cool. So you double up.
No, not shoveling nobody's white lady snow. No.
You supposed to see this opportunity and seize it.
Opportunity. No, that's more work for me. Why would I do that? This is an off day at school for me. I want to lay home and lay in my bed with no clothes on all day. I'm not going out shoveling nobody else's snow. No. I'm going to shovel your snow. No.
Damn.
Look at that pretty lady right there.
Yes, sir.
I know that lady right there.
And when I was about 23.
Oh, what that say? Life skills.
Life skills. Okay. Oof, child. No list of tips on parenting would be complete without the obvious. Okay. Teach your kids practical life skills. They're eventually leave home and live on their own. And when they do, they'll need to know how to do their laundry, cook their meals, and do all the other tasks that are part of daily living. Okay? It's also essential to help your kids develop problem-solving strategies and other soft skills they'll need for success in the adult world.
Number 12.
Patience, man. Patience. It's nearly impossible to overstate the importance of patience in life. Goodness gracious. People need patience to get through everything from waiting at their local coffee shop to getting a test result from the doctor. Teach your children to be patient when they're young and show patience when you interact with them. It's a skill that will serve them for the rest of their lives.
What do you think, Mrs.?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's something I had to practice or just practiced around them, not saying it. You know, even if I'm feeling impatient, like they said, waiting online and stuff like that, you know, keep my demeanor, you know, keep my calm, don't get anxious and start saying, oh my God, you know, this line, why they need more cashiers and carrying on, just how you do it, right? So I've learned to check my demeanor because as you can see, I'm quick to check a nigga. So I've had to learn to, you know, be a little bit more, hey, you know, how y'all doing? Y'all having some troubles? The manager up here, you think we can probably get another register open, maybe? You know, so just changing those dialogues because I don't want to create any drama, you know, where it's unnecessary. You know, I'm trying to pick my battles, and you know, as you mature and grow up, you definitely learn that your children are watching, you know.
Okay. What do you think of this young lady's demeanor? Let's go ahead and share this screen. I don't know where it went. She ran away. She tried to get scared. Don't try to run, girl.
You said the same lady's looking.
Y'all let me know what y'all think.
For a woman like me to go out on a date, I gotta get a babysitter for my kids.
Okay. Should a nigga pay for that?
Yes. Because guess what now?
I gotta pay for the kids that you made prior
yes,
to
because
meeting
guess what
me?
now? A part of me is my kids. And in order to take me out,
dating.
Right,
You're making an investment for a relationship. So,
and that's why
and I shouldn't have to pay for your when you're investing
I'm
in
not
your
saying every day. I'm saying okay.
No date. Unless we're in a relationship, that's when you can even feel like I should be adding on.
I should be paying
I
for
wouldn't
it.
even
stuff like that.
A man that's for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They know that, okay, she's a mother of two. She's holding down a business. She's holding down a house. She's commuting from Jersey to New York. All right. How much is your babysitter? You know what it takes for a woman like me to go out on a date? I got to get a babysitter for my kids.
Okay. Should a nigga pay for that?
Yes. Because guess what now?
I gotta pay for the kids that you made prior
yes,
to
because
meeting
guess what
me?
now? A part of me is my kids. And
What you think, Mrs. Harris? What do y'all think out there?
Lord, it's too much to date you. It's definitely too much to marry your
Y'all
ass.
checked in. Muhammad said, my mom on some crazy level used to tell me all the time that I look just like my daddy. And as a young child, I felt it wasn't a compliment. It was said with disdain for him. I'm so sorry, my brother. But we love you.
You are not the only one.
Yeah.
You are not.
Absolutely. I have a question. Do you guys think that Dr. Spock's book of parenting, which was the most relevant and informative book of all time, is relevant now?
I would say, yeah. I mean, all any information is good information. You can take what you need, what's gonna work best for you, and throw the rest of the shit away. You know what I mean? Like everything is not for everybody. So you have to choose what your weaknesses are. Like this is why people need to self-reflect. What am I weak in being a parent? What do I need to do better? How can I do better? Even if I need to reflect on the shitty ass parents I had. Or if I had good parents, what are the good things that I can take from them that I can take into raising my own children? We got to create our own blueprint because they're different. Come out perfect. Ain't nobody perfect, right? But what you expect may not be what you get, you know? you thought you was having a Virgo and you extended for 2 more months. Now you're having a Sagittarius. Like it's unique.
Okay.
They are quite different. But he has a lot of great information in there. It's a lot of great information in all of these books. It's what works best for you, and your child. That's it.
Okay.
The book been around a long time.
Dr. Spock on parenting. Benjamin Spock, MD. $5. Somebody could go ahead and send the cash app for $5.16. I can go ahead and pick this
read
up.
It and check it out.
I'm curious now. I'll go ahead and read
But
it.
all I hear is it's a generational thing.
All I hear is it's a generational thing. No, it's a parenting thing.
Yeah.
There's no generation in parenting. Again, what type of child do you want to raise? I mean, if you really want to get down in the weeds, then we can. It starts with what type of child do you want to raise? Do you want to raise a doctor?
Right.
Do you want to raise a lawyer? Do you want to raise a criminal? What do you want to raise? How concentrated are we?
A resilient, functional,
or is this child going to be able to be whatever it wants to be? You can be whatever you want to be. You could be a princess if you want to be. No, you fucking can't. No, you can't. So again, what realistically do we want to do with this child? Is this child going to be geared towards sports? Is this child going to be geared towards STEM? Is this child going to be geared toward marriage or being single? Do we concentrate this child on working 9 to 5 or
being an
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur,
how to be a husband or a wife and learning the things that's necessary to, adapt to that world? So
now
we gotta be able to pick. Let's see what Blaze said. Blaze got in there first. So the man has to pay for a babysitter for a child that's not his, just to take the mother out on a date. Give her ass a coupon for a 4 for $4 at Wendy's, and on to the next. He was raised right. He was parented right.
The
because
audacity.
He loved himself. Again, how you gonna try to put me through all of this to date you when all I can do is date somebody else?
How you gonna have standards now and you got all these goddamn kids? Seem like you ain't had no standards before and you got all these demands now. If you want to date me, I mean, that sounds good. It sounds good, but too goddamn demanding.
I hear you.
Like when it shows there wasn't no standard.
I hear you.
And then women has to be shown all this grace and consideration. Yeah, everybody ain't doing that. Okay, everybody ain't doing that. Nobody know you.
Okay.
Men don't get that same grace, but they expect it. Oh, your pockets is broke if you don't want to do it, right?
I mean,
it's a lot of judging right there.
You know how I go.
So please,
let's see. Nah, son, we can't parent anymore. Discipline is no longer allowed, bro.
Oh, yeah, you being smart, right? Because that's a lie.
In some houses, it is.
Let me tell you,
fair. But,
absolutely.
That's when that consciousness comes in. That's when that consciousness.
But I don't know if he's saying it because I think the schools was promoting that at one point where parents were fearful to reprimand, discipline, spank if needed their children because it's against the law, and it's absolutely not. Corporal punishment is not against the law in the majority of the states in this country, right? We're not talking about abuse. Popping your children, discipline. I mean, it's all on you on how you structure it, but you got to have standards. You got to have structure and regulations and rules in your home in order for that to be. But a lot of parents don't even set that and then be reactive when something happens to their child. Or you stayed up, well, you didn't say I couldn't do, and now you beating on me because you just feel like it. You didn't even set no rules or standards.
Child to dial 911. The fuck?
It's always absolutely. It's told for them to protect themselves. You got to have some. You got to have some type of.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
I don't know if you're taking us saying to abuse your children or something. I'm confused on what.
No, I don't think that's
okay
what
for the
saying
child to
at all.
dial
I don't even know why we walking to that part.
Brother, it's crazy.
Is it okay for the child to dial 911? Of course, it's okay for them to dial 911. And when they dial 911, there's going to be an investigation. And at the end of the investigation, what's the officer's going to find? Again, you're speaking very general But let's narrow it down to, again, what type of child do we want to have? And when the police come, what are they going to see? Are they going to see a dysfunctional house with all type of things laying around and the child's going to be removed from the house? Because now the child's going to be removed from your care. So you ain't got to worry about it no more. But doesn't that speak to your parenting in the beginning? Because number one, your house is left in a dishonorable fashion. And there was a situation which needed the police to be called. And when they responded, they came to a dysfunctional house. Or are they going to find a functional house when they come? Because now it's just, what's wrong with you, teenager? Your parent was just trying to discipline you. They give you a really good life. They want you not to be in trouble. And this is how they chose to discipline you. So again, you know, maybe I should drop the link so you could specify.
He says we can't parent anymore. No, you can always parent. You can't whoop on your kids no more. This is where, you know, the kind of gentle parent thing is kind of stepping in. I think it's just creating a atmosphere where our children are human. Like we can't, like you said, you don't beat your kids because you learned that wasn't effective, right? So you didn't want to do that in raising your children. So it worked for you, right? Blessings. But some people don't have that.
So what are we saying overall?
I'm saying he broke the cycle, but he parented in his own way. Parenting is just not defined by beating on your kids. So, because that's what I'm seeing. He's saying, now, son, we can't parent anymore. Discipline is no longer allowed.
Right, but that
still
could
a
be
parent.
Sarcastic. That doesn't have to be literal.
Okay.
He could be being sarcastic.
Okay.
So maybe you want to attack it from the sarcastic standpoint and the literal standpoint.
Well, if it was sarcastic, then, you know.
We don't know. That's the thing, Mama.
Right.
We don't know. So again, you can't just say like he's being specific because we don't know. So,
but I spoke on it. Yeah. No, we can parent.
Okay.
Parenting doesn't mean beating on your kids because the inferencing on disciplining is no longer allowed. What do you mean beating your kids? Right. So what do you mean disciplining? What do you...
He said, ask Adrian Peterson. I think that's the football player. Yeah, he was being sarcastic. He wasn't being literal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Karma on the check-in. Peace to the God
of
the earth. Hey, love, sending love and light to you, of course. I got a few more tips and strategies to continue the conversation, and I will send you the link if anybody want to pull up. But my brother asked particularly, of course. But if anybody want to pull up, you can. But you guys just seen he had to pay for, what did the last guy have to pay for?
Everything. No. Just the audacity. Just the
he had to pay for something.
Babysitter.
There you go. It was the babysitter. He had to pay for the babysitter.
He's gonna have to pay for the date too.
See what this person pays for.
You let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility. And when y'all get a husband,
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank you guys. So you have any dessert?
Oh, no.
I don't want any dessert.
Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
Separate cake. Dave, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate cakes? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not.
What you guys think? Like I said, the last one was, pay for the babysitter. You want to take me on a date, so you got to pay for my babysitter. I come with kids. Kids got a babysitter. You got to pay for it. Now we at birthday dinner. I got the birthday girl and I got my wife. You didn't pay for the rest of but you're the only man at this table. So just us being a man
makes you obligated.
Makes us obligated. Let's
Who
talk
taught
about
them
it.
that shit? I mean, that's bad training. What's wrong with y'all? He can pay for it all. He can assume everybody opening up their legs to give up some pussy then. How about that?
Ooh,
like, I'm tired of this shit.
child.
And why you standing right there? Table.
I think she did say, you ladies should have husbands to be here to pay for you. And one of the ladies said, I do have a husband.
Right.
And my thought is he didn't send you out with no money.
Bitch, you better ask him to send you a cash app. He should be sitting right here.
He didn't raise you right.
Mm-hmm. How he raised you to come out
Again,
to expect
they
another
offended
man
children,
to pay for your
and this
stuff?
is my
I
thing.
can never.
They get offended when you refer to them as children.
That's
and say,
crazy.
you guys act like kids. And it's
Absolutely.
always like,
That's
take
some
care
childish
of me,
shit.
pay for me, do for me, protect me.
That's not
serve
ladylike.
me, give me, listen to
Ooh.
me, consider me.
Damn. Thank you, brothers. Thank you.
And again, I have no problem with my sisters. My sisters, no, I love it.
But don't expect it. Don't expect it though, because I would be that one like, yo,
There comes a time where I can't or I don't.
Separate
It shouldn't be this level of scrutiny. Uh-oh.
But men do get scrutinized that way.
Scott.
Ooh.
Yo,
Who
y'all
we got
niggas
here?
lost. I'm not, y'all lost.
Bruh, I am not a Cowboys fan. Trust me. That's why I said pack dress
Cowboys.
Who?
And they always do the same thing too. Oz, they always lose.
Yeah, that's their narrative.
Y'all niggas kill me, y'all sports fans. Yeah, this year. Next year.
Ravens.
Y'all niggas be loose.
Comma, Ravens.
Especially them Cowboys. I don't give a fuck. I'm Giants all day. Eagles, Redskins.
We New York. We don't give a damn about nothing.
Wait, who? Ain't no Redskins no more.
Nah, forget them too, and the Eagles and everybody else. But what up, man? What you was talking about, man? We calling 911. What's going on, brother?
Now, so why I say you can't parent no more, because it's like you have to have a level of like, I guess, self-control. Like, yeah,
So what do you parent? You mean you can't beat them no more? Because I'm confused.
No. So beat is like a strong word. Like you beat your wife. No. Like you can't.
We could get to it if you want to.
Make sure that your child knows what they did was wrong. For one, now you have to worry about their feelings and their anxiety and their this and their that and that. Like you have to worry about all of this shit before. Like you have to think about, how am I going to go in my child's room and explain to them that they did something wrong? You have to think first.
Indeed.
Okay.
Before it was, and that's why all I'm hearing is it's a generational thing, which is true, because like I said, it's these milquetoast ass kids. Like the little boy is telling his father what he's not going to do. I am not going to shovel somebody's snow. I am not going. What? I wish the fuck I would tell Mildred what I'm not going to do. Oh, what you're not going to do is wake up tomorrow morning.
Right. Well, were your children able to do that to you?
No.
Right. And you ain't have to beat them?
No.
What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Let's just take the let's take the vernacular and break that down. Does that sound like typical Black American male jargon or typical Black African American female jargon? What we not gonna do? I'm not gonna shovel no snow. I wanted to lay in my bed. What does that sound like to you, sir?
Look, man, I ain't gonna take it there because I'm not trying to get canceled, nigga. Goddamn, I'm not trying to get canceled.
Be honest, brother. Be honest. That little boy sounded like a damn female.
They learned,
I ain't never.
from his goddamn mama. This is what the catchphrases is. What we ain't gonna do.
Right.
We not gonna do. It's what they do.
I'm going to agree with what you're saying. I agree. I do agree with what you're saying.
You don't have to. We won't hurt you.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No. I do. I just didn't want to.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here.
Right. We podcasters. He's just regular. He's a civilian.
Look.
Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? Or you just feel like it's not his responsibility? And when y'all get a husband,
I mean, did she try to shame her friend? She tried to shame her friend
She
right
said,
off the bat.
Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole bunch of women? Shame. What the fuck? Excuse me?
Are you gonna let him?
Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility. And when y'all get a husband, I'm sorry, I do have a husband. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank you.
So why the hell he send you outside expecting other people to pay for his wife's meal? Since you have a husband, why he ain't with you?
Why you getting up to leave? You better pay for your stuff.
And again, we're not trying to say married people are different than single people at all. It's the consciousness. You can't delegate the responsibility onto this man, unbeknownst to him, then try to shame his wife for him not doing it or into doing it, and see where it goes from there.
We were women who grew up in a generation. Our mothers didn't let us go on dates or go out anywhere with anybody without having your own money in your pocket. You got to make sure you got coffee to come home, baby, just in case. What if he ain't got no money or whatever the case may be? So that's the kind of era we grew up in. So for them to be even doing all of this, like, where was y'all raised at?
My wife don't go nowhere out this house. Even if she have money, I'd still send her something like no. If she gonna hang out with her girls or shit, if she going to church, do you need extra money for tithes? If she say no, I still like no. She don't leave.
It's the level of consciousness. Again, that's why we hang our flag on this word, because something might arise. Like, this is the thing, the je ne sais quoi that us as men, we have to go out with, understanding that we might spill somebody's drink. We may knock a young lady's drink over. We are immediately expected to go and get another one. We don't get to say, well, I only brought enough money for 3 drinks today.
Right. I didn't knock it over.
Saving and setup is...
Well, that's what they would say. No, they would say, I didn't mean to.
Like, unbelievable, the excuses and the reasons, y'all, the provisions that are made for you guys. And again, y'all don't even have the sensitivity to say, we understand that it operates different for you.
Consideration.
It could be just a night where your girls come out.
Mm-hmm.
when the waitress bring the bill over to the table, she don't bring it to y'all.
I mean, you know,
I gotta go out my way.
They never do.
Do I do that? I don't fucking do that, because again, the flag that I wave is when I want to start spewing my rhetoric or standing on my soapbox. I don't gotta feel self-conscious when I do it. You know why? Because I take care of the ladies that's in my circle when we out. I don't say, yo, she just brung the bill. What did you have? What did you have? What did you have? What did you? Nah, I take care of it. Because these are the ladies that are under my covering, whether it's my sister Karma Coleon or my sister ZZ. Like, this
Jamie, Tanya, shit. We got a whole bunch.
That is us, and we don't get to contemplate about it before we go home. Baby, tonight, am I paying for everybody? If who's coming out? We don't do all of that shit. We have to operate within a certain level of sophistication. And if we do wave our flag and stand on our square, we don't need women telling us, well, if you're broke, just say you're broke. If you can't pay for all of us, Jesus Christ, I'm a man. I'm not paying for all of y'all. I'm paying for my wife and the birthday girl. I don't need all of this shame, but these are the same people that tell us shame don't work. You can't shame people who don't. Oh, but you can shame a hard-working 40 hours a week working man, though.
Even if he did have the money, he ain't obligated to pay for these bitches' food.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. It's just ridiculous. Even if he had the money, it's not his role, not his place, just because he's the only man standing at the fucking, sitting at the table. That means everybody need to give him access to pussy. I'm going to keep saying that. If y'all feel that way, every last... Okay.
Somebody getting fucked that night.
And that's what you get in turn. How about that?
Somebody getting fucked that night or getting...
Everybody, no, not somebody, everybody. Okay.
Yeah, stupid.
How about that? It sounds stupid as hell.
Gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility. And when y'all get a husband, I'm sorry, I do have a husband. Hold on, wait. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
You have any dessert?
Oh, no.
I don't want to
Can you separate it? I got the birthday girl and my wife.
separate checks. Dave, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate checks? It's all women here.
No, but I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday girl.
You invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I go.
Okay, you're the only man.
Wow, he said, I didn't invite you.
This is a line in the sand with us as men. We both married men right now. Shout out to both of us.
Okay.
But do you remember when we used to date two young ladies? I believe Julene and what was her friend name? What's her name? Sukiana or some shit? What was Julene's name?
No, her name wasn't Julene. Goddamn, I know her friend with that fat ass name was Sukina.
She had the fat ass.
Was what?
Sukina.
Right, Sukina. Right. My friend name was Julene. Your friend name was Sukina. So what? It came a time where it was Zukina's birthday, and we were planning on going out. You backed out, which left me to be the only man to take out these two ladies, and we were like 17, 18. You know, me and her had to get into it over that because I was not going out with those two ladies because I was going to have to pay for them, and I could not handle that at that time, especially the type of life we lived. We were a little sophisticated to be teenagers in New York at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to go to like the Shark Bar or like I wasn't trying to do it. Like I wasn't doing it, nigga.
South Street Seaport Shrimp Factory or whatever that shit was.
McDonald's though.
It was like,
go to White Castle.
You want to take it, but I know how this is going down. Like it's your girl's birthday. We can't expect her to pay. I'm not expecting my girl to pay. So why don't we just hold off on this? But again, that became a whole thing. But it just, brought me to this situation right here because you put a man in a certain position when you bring him out with 7 women and they all eating. Let's see how much this bill came up to.
I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks, bro?
That was 2021.
Y'all wait.
Things were different. But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing that.
You participate. I know we ain't got shit. I know. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday.
So did you hear that description of that scenario? Maybe I should rewind it back. But did you hear them say there was a time where we were doing like Russian roulette to pay for the dinner with credit cards? And his reply was, well, that was 2021.
Right.
It's not 2021 no more.
So they just going into
She
debt.
said, her reply to that was, but you participated in that in 2021. So now you are automatically obligated in 2024. Do you see their logic? This is girl math right here that's happening in front of your eyes.
No, it's like we matured. We're not playing them games no more.
Listen to this. Right. You don't get older. You don't get older. You don't get wiser. Listen to this.
But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing that. That was 2021.
Y'all wait.
Things were different.
I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying with credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks, bro?
That was 2021.
Y'all wait.
Things were different. But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing that.
You participate. I know we ain't got shit. I know. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday for real. Okay, well, I'm not mad at me because I didn't have anything. No.
Damn, I like her. Wait a minute.
She sound like me.
Shit. She
Y'all
said,
ain't got
nothing.
Okay.
Oh. Wow.
She said,
that would have been me.
Hold up.
I'm just gonna have this salad and
She said, I ain't have nothing. Fuck y'all talking about?
I ain't got to worry about this. So you shouldn't say nothing.
She said, let me see that bill. What'd that say?
No. I didn't get it.
But you
It's
still
Donnie's
paid.
birthday. Wait a minute. We're not doing this.
What I just told you, Oz. We not doing this. They quick to tell you what we not doing. They quick to tell you what we ain't gonna do.
Yeah, I swear.
Like that shit, they're annoying.
Like they
Y'all
control
are annoying.
everything. Yeah.
Y'all want to control everything. Al Bundy was a genius. The National Organization men against Amazonian masterhood.
Masterhood. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
They don't even realize they say the same shit, spew the
They
same
really
talking
don't.
points, say, you know, on the same mindset, same logic, like, and it just don't make no fucking sense. So, you know, here we are today. Wow.
This is why
Yeah, I
we try
wanna
to
see the rest
promote
of this.
conscious parenting. Give
Well, we
you
ain't gonna do.
strategies of what to do versus what we ain't gonna do.
Should be doing.
But you
But
ain't
you
though.
sat at the same time. You don't pay for a fee. Okay, well, no.
Listen,
Listen,
I don't care.
Everything on this
I don't care how y'all do it.
I just showed up. I'm sorry. Hey, but you always pay, like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the taxes.
But I'm not obligated.
Didn't she try that one already? Oz, talk to me, brother. Talk to me, man. I gotta use the bathroom. Talk to me, man.
I'm just saying, like you said, because I'm the only. So what the fuck? Like, the only person who shouldn't be paying for their meal is the birthday person. That's it. We come together on her bill. If y'all came to celebrate her, then this issue shouldn't even be a fucking issue. Don't think I wish to God I go out with my wife and her friends and they fucking tell me. But
I wish.
We from Brooklyn. They ain't doing that.
Seriously though, on a serious note, this is what I was speaking to about what we have to train up out of our women, out of girls. Because like I said, on birthdays, it used to be a time where everybody thought they should get something on one person's birthday. It's not everybody's birthday. But again, you see how these girls feel like they got to get something out of this deal? Like they got to get their meal. It's not your birthday. So you shouldn't be getting anything today. You should be actually acquiescing to the birthday girl today. She should get the flowers and the consideration and the phone calls and the meal paid for her. Everybody else, is not their day. But this is, again, what we don't train out in. And we tell them they princesses and tell them they deserve the world and they can manifest. No, they think that they should get some shit on their friend's birthday. You don't get nothing. I was watching Everybody Hates Chris. It was Mother's Day.
I saw that.
Said, hey, what are you getting, mommy, for Mother's Day? He said, it ain't wife's day. It's fucking Mother's Day. Okay. That's what he says. It's not called wife's day. It's called Mother's Day. She ain't my mother. But again, we start to acquiesce to women to think everybody got to get a participation trophy. Where you think participation trophies come from? We didn't give them shits out in Best Eye.
Our kids.
It was losers.
Losers, right? Winners and losers. Look at it.
We did not come up with this shit, Oz. That's why I can't continue to curtail the way I say it. Yeah, I could give you some consideration. I could give you some suggestions and some strategies. I could try to be the results sitting right here in front of you. But even there comes a time where everybody get frustrated.
Yeah, I mean,
like, how long are we supposed to sit and watch men get treated like this when we were told in kindergarten that boys rule and girls drool? So when I come in here and I see men taking up for women, when I hear you like, oh yeah, I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here with that. Girls drool, boys rule. It is what it is. I didn't make the rules. It just is what it is. And until they can be sugar and spice and everything nice, they get talked to like they are Henny, crab legs, and Plan B, because that's what the fuck they are. You think I'm lying, Oz? This ain't new.
Do you remember when William snapped on the girlfriends?
Because I've just about had it with you black guys.
William.
No, I'm fed up. The whole problem with the world today is black women. You say you want a good man, and then you cheat on him. You say you want a good man, you leave him at the altar. You say you want to help a good man, you throw away the meatballs he paid good money for.
Okay, William, we know you're hurting, but you don't have to take your frustration with Yvonne out on all black women.
Oh, and this is coming from the black woman who lured an innocent island boy from the warm sands of Jamaica, where she made him live in a rat-infested garage, and she lambasted him for buying her a puppy dog for Christmas.
Hey.
My mama's garage does not have rats.
Not either.
Oh.
And he wasn't finished.
He was not.
He went on for a
Right.
little bit longer. How you doing over there, though? You all right, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good, but my mom used to tell me, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future."
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
hold up, put a pin in it right there. Because remember when we used to sit on a garbage can on the corner of our street? You and your friends. Was that your future?
No.
Thank you.
But it easily could have been. But
could
wait, son.
Okay,
Look.
okay,
So
okay.
all right, son. Think about the Fab Five, right? And right, me, you, Sano, Rex, and Lefty. Right?
That's right. That's right.
Hey, out of those five, right?
Yeah.
Now I knew Lefty before me and you got cool. I knew Rex way before me and you got cool. I knew Sano just because me and him lived in the same building, right?
Okay.
But before you and I found a fucking commonality, right? Where did my reflection go? Towards you, right? Because we had something in common. We wanted more. We wanted to get the fuck out this hood by any fucking means necessary. And who left?
We did.
And who's still there? And that's my whole point. Now, these are my friends, my brothers, but it's only out the five, out the four, it's only one that I call my best friend, my brother. I call them my brothers too, but I could have had four best men.
No, I get it.
I had one. You know what I'm saying?
What
So it's like, show me your friends and I will show you your fucking future. I cannot be just, hey, let's just stay in this one fucking lane and like, let's just stay here and see what happens. No, let's venture out and see what the fuck happens. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. You see what Blaze said? He said William is the damn MVP.
Yes, sir. Okay. You can't make this shit up.
Karma like that quote. She says, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future."
Okay.
You're really right, Ars. Again, consciousness, man. I lay it all on consciousness because we made a decision, but you made an ultimate decision. You kind of curved off the road and went your own route, and that's the consciousness. That was something speaking to you, saying, "You know what, man? Nah, carve out your own way, do what you gonna do, and all we can do is respect that because that's your consciousness speaking to you. You made a awareness of your surroundings. You made a calculated decision and say, you know what, this is gonna be what's best for me, and I'm gonna move in that direction. And look where we are today. So kudos to you. I appreciate you. I love you. You know that. And
Nah,
man,
son. Like kudos to you and Nikki, because I can tell y'all,
Okay.
like out of the five of us, like it's who I chose to stay in constant contact with, right?
Right.
Like I called Lefty on his birthday. I called Greg Zoo on his birthday. I called Sano on his birthday. I call you just because it's Tuesday, nigga. Like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like I saw the paradigm shift. Like, yeah, sees, like, especially, and y'all just said this, like when y'all had Nashanti, things changed, and we grew the fuck up. Now it's just like, yeah, I have Shaquille as my niece, but now guess what? I have another one, right?
Mhm.
So it's like I have to make sure that it's an example somewhere, and I was not going to be an example and fucking Best Style. Not saying that you can't,
Mm-hmm.
but shit, nigga, Biggie said it best, and this is my favorite quote. You know, right? It's hard being young from the slums, eating 5-cent gums,
not knowing where your
meal's coming from. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no, either you're slinging crack rock or you got it with your jump shot. Like, that shit resonated with me like a motherfucker. Like, no, I cannot do this. And then I saw you like, I can't do this shit. So I'm leaving. Yeah, we're still friends, we're still buddies, but I'm leaving.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, man. Let's see how much this bill come up to, because I don't think we heard how much this bill costs yet. Yella's in the building. What up, Yella? We ain't get to the bill yet, but the ladies want him to pay the bill, Yella, because he's the only male in this.
You the only man at this table. That's what it is. I don't know why we doing all this.
I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your podcast co-host. This is your best.
Wait a minute. Oh, they said it's 700 goddamn dollars.
Fucking 80.
$700.
What y'all eating out there?
And he said, I don't want to pay it. And guess what she said?
You know what, nigga? You act like a little bitch right now.
You act like a little bitch, nigga. It's only $700.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Here we go. CS motherfucking I.
$700.
It's only
God, nah,
It's
I
only
didn't need any.
shout out to my guy, Fatty. man.
$700. Man.
God damn, he's
right, but it's only
right. Yeah, only like
Yeah.
like fans.
Like she said,
only
they
like fans.
They use them cards like it was Uno. Them credit cards. This is why you can't mishandle. You know, you give women credit cards, man. We gonna mishandle it. Shouldn't be doing that. Paying for the whole table with your credit card. Then you in debt.
Nah, son.
How much seafood? They shooting. God,
child.
Damn.
Bitch said it's only. Fuck you mean, bitch?
This is your podcast co-host. This is your best friend.
$700.
It's only fans. You being cheap. Are you kidding?
You being cheap.
Yes. No.
Listen,
There's
I don't
facility
care.
and everything on this
I don't care how y'all do it.
I'm sorry. Dave, but you always pay, like, you're the only man at the table. You're not going to pay the taxes.
But I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your podcast co-host. This is your best friend.
$700.
It's only fans. You being cheap. Are you kidding me right now? You're honestly being cheap right now. Okay, first.
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are you gonna Dre? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and y'all get a husband.
I'm married.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute.
So Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but
Y'all
most of
so
y'all we gotta
embarrassing.
chip in.
We're good. Y'all are so
But you
embarrassing.
can't.
Y'all are so embarrassing.
How?
Y'all are so embarrassing.
It's the birthday girl's birthday dinner, and her husband is not in attendance.
He's not there.
You's a cantankerous bitch. She don't want to be there. She ain't got no ring on her finger. I don't know about all that. What kind of husband type of situation is that?
Hey, your own husband don't even come to your birthday. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You're shooting from the 3-point line.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell you what. I pray I'm never in that situation, because I'm going to get the fuck up, grab my wife, grab the birthday girl, go to the bar and say, "Hey, I'm paying for table 3, me, her, and whoever else." Like, get the man. Bitch said it's only, dude. My fucking mortgage is only 6 something. It's only, but you add on the taxes. You know what I'm saying? But when you add the taxes and the insurance, like
it's crazy. Yeah.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And you got a
that
nice
shit.
Yeah, you
That
got
shit
a
winds up
Don't get
$2,600.
sucked into that, gentlemen.
hold up. Just so they don't get it miscrewed. He got a nice house. We stayed in the guest room.
Yeah.
It was
$600, nigga. We might need
a
house in your area.
It was like 20 people one night. We was doing karaoke and it was crazy in there.
Your front yard.
She said.
Shit.
But I'm saying like the principal is only like $650, right? That's the principal. That's what you're paying. But
Pay that.
yeah, it's only, but it's the other shit that I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Insurance it is. So for her to say it's only $700, so you ain't thinking about the 18% gratuity that they probably add.
No, she said that's all included. She said they ain't included it. It's all included.
Hey, little kids don't follow these dope habits.
We would have got the fuck up.
God damn.
Child.
It's hard out here for a pimp. I gotta get that.
Pimp, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry. I do have a husband. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank y'all.
So Donnie, you're good because it's your birthday, but
Y'all
y'all we want to chip in.
We're good. Y'all got so embarrassing.
But you can't.
Let me get out of here. Not us splitting checks. No, I'm not paying for anything. I'm not paying for anything.
Wow, you had a couple drinks.
That's some bullshit. I'm not paying for anything. I'm gonna tell you tomorrow. No, he's the man at the table. You need to pay.
Can you please separate the chocolate?
He's the man at the table. He needs to pay.
Damn.
That's crazy. God. These are my friends?
Receive shots fired.
Oh, those are her friends.
7415, any responding to Oscar, shots fired. Utilize caution.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She don't even got the silhouette to be paying for.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
She ain't paying for none. She said I didn't even have any.
No, because I'm saying that's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about split checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's not really the podcast.
Oh, wait a
didn't I
minute.
tell you about the shit they tell you they not gonna do and what they ain't. Like, that shit is so disrespectful.
So who is the one with the purple on?
The birthday girl is the one with the purple because she's very embarrassed.
Yeah,
right.
She's very.
But I mean, and
she the one yelling.
Right, but I just sat there because I knew that my shit is covered. Somebody gonna pay for me.
Hey, if y'all want in on this, y'all could get in on this.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. It's Tuesday, and it's one of them Tuesdays.
What's crazy is all the other women co-signing on that, man.
This is crazy. And I'm not done.
You the only man. No, but she was throwing in his face. You the big podcast guy. You heard that? You the big king of the podcast.
Anything like I have a family.
Super chatting.
That's who this nigga. We don't know him. Wait a minute. He the king of podcasts. What's going on here? I want to see.
Yeah, hold up.
He got big money.
Where my Cash App address at?
This shit
man?
crazy.
Hold up, man.
Come on now.
Hit the Cash App.
Cash Tribe 718.
$700, and she's talking about you, the podcast person. Like that. That's what comes with podcasting.
You the king of podcasts.
No, because I'm saying that's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about split checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's not the podcast thing. Don't do the podcast thing.
The podcast.
I thought you was the podcast too.
And they leave it like somebody gotta wash dishes.
Hey.
Somebody gonna have to bust some fucking studs in that bitch.
Yeah, it's dishes time.
Oh my god.
It's dishes time. They is out of there, mon frere.
Are you gonna let your man sit here and not pay this dinner bill of $700?
700 fucking. But I can tell you this. So when me and wifey went out for our first anniversary, right? We went to this steakhouse out here called fucking Sullivan's, and this shit is some real, right? And the only reason why we ain't have to pay so much is because Jania's boyfriend was the executive chef there. And the fucking bill, like they brought us the whole fucking bill. And once it got broke down, we wound up paying like, I think like $97. But that shit was about $400 fucking dollars. And I said, shit, whew, I'm glad you like this nigga, because somebody was gonna be washing dishes that night, and it wasn't gonna be me, because I'd have paid.
Have mercy.
Because I'd have paid for my steak and my drink, and baby girl, I'm gonna need you to find an apron that fit.
We gotta get to it.
just right, you know what I mean? Like, goddamn. But and that shit was only $300 something, but $700, and y'all acting like I have to pay because I'm the man. Fuck you.
Okay.
And like
okay.
Nick, you said one thing that made sense. When I said somebody fucking tonight, you said no, everybody fucking? Yeah, everybody fucking that night.
She said.
Damn,
son, where'd you find this?
Back in the day, right?
That is fucking crazy. Like, get the fuck out of here. $700.
Only and Lil.
Only and Lil.
With your little job.
Yeah, your little ping.
Your little chain. Your little ping ping.
Your little ping.
Ping ping.
That little bullshit ping you got. You pulled out that little ping.
You gotta stop getting upset with hearing the truth. Go work on your game. Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
Yo, listen, the baby ate too.
The baby ate too. Baby got a credit card.
Baby got to pay for this shit.
Shit, you don't eat free.
Now they know some of that OnlyFans money in their
right.
I guarantee they do. I guarantee they got a couple of dollars of that OnlyFans money somewhere around.
Lord,
yeah,
got a little bit of it.
Here is my question: what was the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what was the conversation before they even went out? It's like, oh well, my girl husband is gonna come, so he gonna pay. So now, like, what the fuck? Damn, like we have to discuss this.
Yeah, they all knew, but the wife and husband didn't know.
Right? Yeah,
they didn't know.
Oh my god!
They look like the type that goes out ordering calamari, shrimp, lobster. Going to a big steakhouse to show they made it, but can't really afford it.
Damn shame.
Damn shame.
When you know damn well the order of the kids menu at Chili's.
That's why they should have took their ass on Applebee's.
2 for $20.
Right.
2 for motherfucking 20.
She feeling the head, but he said, she said, old school, new school, need to learn though.
If we go to a place with tablecloths, you know you paying.
Oh, that's the fucking side of the menu too. Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tablecloths in this bitch. We got tablecloths
and spoons. Oh, we fucking.
Is that a salad fork?
Sarah checked in. What Sarah say?
She said, well, I guess they better make that mouth do what it do, because
old school, new school need to learn those.
They purposely ordered expensive ass food. Make no damn sense. And then don't want to pay for it.
Damn, Sarah.
Shit crazy.
Sarah shooting from the 3 line.
Your mother was a whore. My mother was a whore.
Your whore mother.
Shit. God damn, Sarah.
They crazy. They selling it.
Shout out to Sarah.
With free.
Shout out to Sarah. Always coming through.
Okay. When the fuck did she want to go?
I think they was giving $20 as a little girl. Here, pretty little girl, take this $1. He was like, thank you.
God.
I see it all the time. The sad part, you belong in Red Lobster, but want to go to South Street Seaport.
Okay.
Hey.
City Island.
That's South Street Seaport, boy.
Yes, I am.
City Island.
God.
Hey,
damn.
hey, dog.
When right there.
When me and Sukina went out, we went to South Street Seaport, son, and I was like, yeah. No, like, no, this is fresh shrimp. Like, they just caught that shit. Okay. No. Nah, that's
not on my watch. Not on my watch. Will you disrespect?
I'm
Well,
hoping
you
you're
go to
going
Red Lobster. Damn.
Shit.
Okay. So in our neighborhood, so I'm gonna get back to the comments in a second because y'all rolling right now. But in our neighborhood, we say if you make one jump shot, that don't make you no shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we say? You gotta make more. You gotta make another one.
These glasses a week. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. Put it back. I have to feed my 1-year-old, and you telling me so you can date me, but you can't pay for this stuff. That's what you telling me? Is that what you telling me? See, that's how these guys do, baby. They take you out on dates and don't want to pay for your stuff, and then he know I got a 1-year-old baby. You don't even want to buy my baby clothes. That's how guys do nowadays. They just date you.
How the fuck is that my problem? How is that my problem? We going to, if you say let's go to Walmart, I assume you got money to buy shit. How the fuck is that my problem? No, that ain't my son. And like, fuck. And we're dating. We're not in a, see, words matter. Words matter. We're dating.
Hey, Lady Navoa on the check-in. Hey, baby girl. Okay. Comments, y'all. Let me get to these comments before y'all start cooking, because I know y'all ready to cook. It says they've been dating 2 to 3 days. She's been pocket watching and paid the price. Jesus. Well, I guess they better make that mouth do what it do. I like that comment. I guess that's why I read it twice.
Right.
Yeah. I never thought in my life I would say this, but I'm glad I'm married. I never thought I would say that. That I'm glad I'm fucking married. Fuck you, raggedy bitches. Y'all bitches is raggedy as fuck. Ain't worth the fucking shoes on your feet, the bottom.
Like, don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.
Bring this, but what do you bring? If I don't got it, can I call you and say, hey, I'm short on whatever?
He just paid for her and talking shit. Yes, she is. On her way out the door. That bird didn't even say thank you.
Right. Never said. And I saw that fucking video, son, and she never said thank you.
You're talking about the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant. Absolutely. I mean, this is the life. We can attest to this.
Yes.
We've had a young lady live in our house for over 2 years. Her mama didn't come in and say thank you. Thank you for
returned her
covering
back
my
safely.
daughter or nothing. And on top of that, if I would have went out to the car, because again, when the young lady was leaving our home, she came into us and was like, my mom is outside. And we looked at her and was like, so?
Right.
And she drop you off over here. Like, and if I would have went out to the car and approached her mother and said, your daughter stayed with us for 2 years, close to covered
You
on these
have to
streets,
tell her
and
that.
didn't charge her a dime, you know what she would have said? I didn't fucking ask you to do it.
Okay.
That would have been her reply. And again, we didn't do it because we were looking for her kudos or compliments. We did it because that young girl was a great friend of our daughter, and she deserved to be covered. That girl wants to do better. We see us in her.
Yes.
She wants different. She's conscious. She just needs the opportunity to do so. So, you know, shout out to her. And she's an amazing young lady trying to put her family on a positive trajectory. But it's hard when you are brooding dysfunction, when you're brooding in the shit that we are brooding in our communities and our families. So shout out to them. But we absolutely understand this sentiment, this unapologetic, unremorseful, unappreciative demeanor. Like it's just supposed to happen for you because you're a woman, because you're a princess, because this world has made provisions for you. But no, you need to be covered, young lady, young ladies. Not saying everybody needs to be married, but we saying you need to be conscious. Know that you have those men that are in your corner, that have your best interests at heart, that love you, because they are going to operate, you know, in a positive fashion for you. Lady Navoa checked in. The ones that didn't pay was sitting or who was leaving out. That would be a yes. They expected the man to pay for everyone. It was the young lady in the purple's birthday. She was one of the young ladies leaving out.
He was embarrassed.
And it was, you know, their sentiment that the man at the table should be paying for everyone,
everybody.
especially when they played Russian roulette with the credit cards in 2021.
Right.
And because of that, he was implicated now in 2024 to be obligated to pay the ladies.
Because they went into debt on their own, you know, choice making.
Can someone tell Auntie in the white to take that cottage cheese out of the refrigerator?
She was rocking.
Okay.
And she got OnlyFans.
Don't have broke ass friends. If you level up, make sure they do too. When you somewhere you know you can handle. I'm just saying that's me.
Right. Okay. You don't know your friends. You know they broke.
And when you know they broke, like you just said, and they showed up and ordered anything high, you check them quick. You paying for that?
Right.
Or just checking.
Well, you know.
Well, get your order on.
And whisper to the waiter, split them shit. Split them.
There you go. And
we splitting.
Is that a laughing emoji right there? Was that a laughing emoji?
Was.
It's junior and senior year of college, of high school, right? And it's like, I personally felt like tax time, I'm gonna claim this nigga. He's eating my food. He's in my fucking house. Meanwhile, his mama is still claiming this nigga like she taking care of him. You're not taking care of this nigga. We are. And he's only my nephew through marriage. And even before we got married, he was here, and I still called him nephew because I knew we were gonna get married. But tax time came, and it's like, why are you claiming this nigga? He's not living with you. Right. You ain't buying food. We go to the fucking outlet. I buy this nigga like Timbs and shit, and he come home and he cut them shits up and make his own design, which is great because he's like doing his own clothes now.
Yes,
that's all good, but homie.
And you know what's crazy? Again, you know, us, you absolutely are a victim.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Because it's the audacity of it. Here's what I'm saying, man. The fact that they ask you questions on that form. Have you taken care of this child in the last 12 months?
Yes.
It's specifically asked.
Yeah.
And these are the people who will stick their chest out and say, I take care of I'm independent. I do for myself. Don't nobody help me. And it's not fucking true.
Right. But if I would have just went out and just claimed him, right? And then his mom claimed him. Now his mom
It's evasion. Yes, it's time to answer some questions now. It's time to start proving who took care of this child for 12 months and the receipts and the location and things start to come into play. But again, us as men, we don't even try to put the mama in that type of situation. Go ask your mama. Daddy, what happened with the tax situation? Uncle, what happened with who was specifically claiming me in those times? Nah, man, go ask your mama. Don't ask me. I ain't telling nothing.
Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama. Not the mama.
You do that one more time and I'm gonna throw you across the room.
Not the mama.
like I was saying, like if not me, then my wife. Somebody need to claim him and not his mama, because we was taking care of this fucking kid for 2 fucking years. And tax time come, and I'm like, that's like $3,000 just sitting there that I can't touch. You know what I mean? But fuck it, I do, or we did what we did out of love, not money.
Yes,
so
indeed. UNITY.
But the extra money would have helped. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like
groceries. We could have broke him off $100 or $200 to help this girl get these groceries.
$472. Okay, are you gonna be paying today?
$472
for her and her 1-year-old. God damn.
$700 dinner.
I would love to see what's in that car.
$472 grocery bill. And what was the first girl? What did she want? She wanted the babysitter and the date paid for. So if I pay for the babysitter and I pay for the date, how much that's gonna be? About $400-500. So this is where they get their math, the girl math, where first date around $400-500. That's where they compute it from.
Fuck out of here.
No more $25 dates. Ice cream? Fuck ice cream for a first date? Nigga, you better get out of here.
That says a lot about the woman you choose to take on a date too. So consider that.
Me and my wife's first date was Chili's, and she chose it. I was like, good, because I know the menu. God damn it, 2 for $20.
That's shit.
They got some good. They got some good entrees, man. When we used to go.
How are you paying? Yeah. This how it is. Guys be wearing the hottest shoes. Thank you. $200 and $300 worth of shoes and don't even want to pay for the stuff I had to pay for. Yeah, because I've been dating this guy for about maybe 2 to 3 days, and baby, this how they do. But I just went ahead. I'm probably gonna break up with him though, baby, because I ain't got time. Look at him.
3 days.
He can spend $200 to $300 on some Nikes, but he want to help me pay for my baby stuff. So you know what? I don't have time. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut him off. As soon as we get out here, I ain't gonna cut no show in Walmart. Matter of fact, you don't even have to push the basket. I can push the basket. I don't need you to push the basket. Are you gonna pay for these groceries or what? I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. Put it back. I have
to. Okay.
What y'all think? She ain't have enough for the groceries.
It's the fucking disgraceful, man. She got a 1-year-old. Where the baby daddy at?
That's how they do you.
Where the baby daddy at?
Damn.
Y'all gotta stop breaking up these homes and expecting some other nigga to come in and just start taking care of you after 2-3 days.
Do they know that pussy is everywhere?
That's crazy.
Pussy
They
is
just being careless.
everywhere. Like I have to turn down. I ain't gonna say it too loud, but just at work.
Yeah.
The fuck, like, bitch, go away. I'm married. Move. And these are bitches who married. Like, no, move. No, I'm good. Right. So 2 and 3 days, and you think you're the only coochie out here, and he's probably thinking that like, bitch, I got 4 other bitches right now.
Damn.
Get the
Clocking what he got on. He got on $200-$300 Nikes.
Right. On.
Proud of this,
shoes.
and
I
he
work
can't
for
buy
that.
my baby stuff. No, he's not obligated. What's wrong with you?
No, like, that's what I work for. I work for $400 shoes.
But they don't want to be considered a whore. The fuck?
Too late. What have you done today? Sat home watching Maury. I'm not the baby daddy. Like, get the fuck out of here.
They recorded and posted.
Guaranteed she has him programmed in her phone as food. God.
Food.
Well, maybe not after that Walmart trip. Shout out to my brother Ricky on the building.
Ricky,
What's
welcome,
poppin',
welcome.
Rick? Hope you're doing good, man. Just imagine if you required that of your child's actual father.
This is a work of art.
Family
Just
still
saying.
be together. You better call.
Imagine
Talk to him.
This is an interview for the position of a compatible mate. And girl, you failed.
What if go to Walmart? What if she went to like DTLR or Jimmy Jazz? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she would. So that shit could have easily been $2,000, and you expect me when we roll up to the cash register after dating for 2/3 days. What? Yeah, no.
Shout out to brother Ricky, man.
They never do, bro. Me and my wife raised many a child who parents weren't there. They never give thanks a dollar or a dime. People don't give a fuck about no kids.
Shout out to you, man. You and the
This is a work of art.
You all appreciate it, bro. Absolutely, man.
Yes.
These men not paying attention to the type of women they dating or who they laying down with. Just because she got ass don't mean she's not
an ass.
An ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And not even real. Fuck out of here.
Okay. That is not even real. Damn.
It's the BBL. Get that nasty shit out my pill.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Right.
Wow.
Taking off all the body parts. Shit crazy.
What I got for that? These niggas is
What's the temperature in Baltimore right now?
I'm shooting from 3.
Oh man. Let me see. 38.
All right. So look, this is North Carolina. See? New York up here. Florida down here, my nigga. Florida down here.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Look like a New York City music video.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lord.
One dude have on a triple goose, the other dude have on a Hawaiian suit. You'd be like, what type of year is it?
Yeah.
it's like
That's
cold,
even
but it's not
You have
cold.
10 shorts and a hoodie.
All right.
Yeah, like
So
I'm sharing screen with y'all.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna take it up a notch.
Both parents.
Damn. I
Nah,
can
I
take
barely
it
had
up.
my mother. What does it mean when you barely had your mother? Like my mother had like 3 jobs. She'd go to work during the day, get home like 3, 4 o'clock. Then she'd go to a little part-time. Then she'd get home at like 9:30, 10. And then she'd go to her nighttime job. And we, bartending, whatever she did at night, we don't know. She just come back home at like 4 or 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Sometimes she come home 8 in the morning. We gotta get ourselves ready for school type shit. You dig what I'm saying? So like 5, 4, we was raising ourselves. I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I would say this. It's a 100%, bro. It's so okay to be tired.
Like, I got, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'll be it. Like, whatever you need, dog. Like, you just want to talk. Like, I for sure can't hoop with you. I'll go out there and pass that hoe. Like, what we're saying is, bro, like, we want to be those people. Bringing you here wasn't about this. I wanted to talk basketball and hoops. But, dog, folks love you, dog. Nobody want to see you go through this. I think the thing is, man, like, so many times as black men, we are asked because of talent to carry everybody. We are not made to carry everybody. Black women are asked to carry everybody. They are not made to carry everybody. Dog, it takes a fucking village, bro. And at some point, you got to have somebody who don't need from you, who don't want from you, who want to see you win, man. Like, we don't do this for us. Yeah, like you want to build these things, but it's about these conversations. It's about bringing people on here and letting them tell their story. What we saying is, man, don't give up, and we won't give up.
That was Michael Beasley, professional basketball player, but just, you know, alluding to the fact that he had to raise himself, that, you know, he doesn't always have it emotionally to keep it together, and sometimes he kind of falls apart. And, you know, I wanted to tie this into our topic, do as I say, not as I do. We see these guys that kind of grow through the concrete, these professional athletes, these entertainers, and, you know, we want to do as they do, not as they say. Again, we pick and choose the spots that we want to operate in and viewpoints we want to listen from. But when a man like that, who's made it to the upper echelon of professional sports, says, I'm hurting, sometimes I have a burden that's too heavy for even me. We don't listen to that. We want to do as he does, not listen to what he says. I want to grow through that concrete like Michael Beasley. I want to be a professional sports athlete like Michael Beasley. But we don't understand the turmoil he went through, the raising himself, the not having his mom, the 3 jobs she had to work, the not having his dad. All of these things cultivated what we see, but we pick and choose what we want to identify with. Do you want to speak to that clip, Mrs., before we let us chime in?
I mean, I can relate. Absolutely. And I think that's why the consciousness of the parenting that we've done is something we try to, you know, shine a light on. Because I too, you know, mother had to work, young brothers and sisters. We raised each other. We did shopping. We, you know, we parented ourselves. We, you know, it's a lot of things out there hustling, making money, you know, all of those things. So, you know, we could have went in another path, you know what I mean? Due to the streets and just not having as present parents as, you know, our children were lucky enough to have. But again, we're about breaking cycles. So my mother to break some cycles, and, you know, with her breaking those cycles and us knowing that and being conscious of those cycles, you know, in turn, you know, we break some more cycles.
Indeed.
So hopefully our children will do some more breaking of cycles.
Talk about it.
You know,
Talk
so
about it.
we're excited for that. Man, I can relate, absolutely. And I have older brothers, so I have one brother who absolutely feels in that, you know, significant amount of emotional burden, you know, being a child, having to raise other children and be independent and step into a man's role when he wasn't ready to, and, you know, all of that. So I absolutely empathize. And this is why I'm so passionate about our brothers and their plight, and, you know, for sisters to get their fucking shit together, you know, so we can assist y'all and inspire y'all, motivate y'all to do better and be better. Cause, you know, with us, y'all can be greater. You know, and I know that. So
Appreciate that.
You know.
What you think about the clip, man? What you think about Michael Beasley, like you said, man, raising himself and everything that came with that?
I could relate. Like, I basically raised motherfucking self. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, so I was cooking at 8. Like, at 8 years old, son, I'm cooking my own shit and picking my own, well, not picking my own clothes because Marlo was older, but he was my size, nigga, and he's 5 years older, so I knew what I was wearing to school tomorrow. Motherfucker, yo shit, nigga. Yo shit, nigga. Jabot in polo, bitch. That's
Let's
what
go.
I'm winning for. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying?
Shout
But
out to
I
the
like I can relate to him as far as, you know, like, you know my mom's story. I'm open about it. She was a functioning drug addict. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't find out what was going on until my teenage years, but it's like, fuck, man. But she taught me how to be self-sufficient. Like, you don't need me to wake up on Saturday morning and cook you breakfast, cook your own shit, right? So I learned early not to be an adult, but to be self-sufficient, and shit, like, it worked out. Thank God, you know what I'm saying? And that always wanted me to, like, just want fucking more, like more, like it has to be more. It's more than Bed-Stuy. It's more than Brooklyn. It's more than New York. It's more than America, right? So that made me want fucking more. So I see his point, and probably that's what pushed him to say, hey, if I want basketball, like, my mom is out here working 3 jobs, probably just to make sure I can do these basketball camps and go to the best school or whatever. So he took what he got from his mom and was just like, now it translated to more for him, because I'm sure if his mom is not dead now, like what he saw her doing and struggling and working 3 fucking jobs and not seeing her. But I assume, I could be wrong, but it made him think, well, she's doing this for me. And I don't know if he has siblings, but like, she's doing this for us. Right. And he took that and he found his talent and he made it into a position where he can take care of his mom now for the rest of her fucking life, if she's still, you know what I'm saying, like, still here. And I wish that my mom was still here and I could be like, Mom, like, you don't have to do shit.
Absolutely.
You don't have to do shit.
She would
like,
be so
okay. You know what I'm saying? So I get what he's like saying, you know, but a lot of folks would see that as my mom not being there.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
But we don't see, like, our kids don't hear the arguments when the doors is closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we try to protect them from that. They don't know mommy and daddy's struggling and blah, blah. They don't know that. All they know is Christmas morning, it better be something down there. Birthdays, it better be something down there. Right? That's all they know until they become adults and see, well, shit, like, my parents was probably fucking struggling, and they can appreciate the shit that we do for them. So shout out to Michael Beasley, man. Like, you know, like, to tell his own story. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people is not secure enough in their life to tell their story without being embarrassed, right? Like, shit, me, but you already know, son. My damn lights at one point was from the fucking light pole, and I don't care. I can tell my fucking story, don't care, but that made me want fucking more. And
absolutely, and I'm proud of you, bro. I seen the transformation, I seen the maturation, I seen it, the matriculation, and it's amazing, man. I'm proud of the father you are, the brother you are, the man you are, the husband you are, the son you are, and I know Mama Mildred would be proud. Okay. Ricky checked in. He said, my nigga Beasley, he like me. I've been extended myself for my whole life. Most people are takers. I'm good staying solo. I need my wife. That's it. Shout out to you, Ricky. I'm so sorry. was near you, brother, so we could
definitely
build
understand.
and you could feel organic love, man, because you deserve it, bro. You are
Yes.
a good brother. You are a brother that brings none but knowledge, none but positivity and truth, man. Like it don't matter if it tastes good or not, if it makes you feel good or not. This is the game don't change. The players do. And we 50 years old and 50 plus, like we've seen this. I don't know if you guys understand that we seen it. And we just want you guys to do better, do different. And shout out to you, Ricky. I appreciate you, man. Dr.
Yes.
Mikumbe says shame because this same conversation on another night /channel, his crying means he's weak. And the brother saying we are here for you are simps. That's wild.
Wow.
You right, Doc. Again, sometimes we gotta humble ourselves. We gotta get out our own way. And it starts, with that grace. A lot of people say it. It's kind of like a talking point word, but it's actual. And when it's necessary and needed and deserved, it should be given. We shouldn't just be giving grace to each and everybody because they say believe all of us, but we should be, examining the roses that grew through concrete, and we should be celebrating them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why can't we have compassion and empathy? Thanks for sharing that.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Because it's not taught. I mean, and I have to say to the ladies, it's not taught. Women, our mothers, our grandmothers did not teach us to have this type of empathy and consideration or even the benefit of doubt for our men or the boys. Like, no. Like I said, they could walk through the door and grandma, auntie, whoever it is going to hold the boy accountable quick, cuss him out, tell him, this is da 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 da. That's not how boys this and that. But the girls, not so much. Didn't get that much training on how to be empathetic to you guys. It's watch your back. They're sneaky. They're cheaters. They're this. They're that. Like that's the kind of mental programming they were getting. Instead of the latter of any type of love, even in homes where there was a nourishing mother and father. Like mommy wasn't sharing that goodness of daddy, them honey butter biscuits and shit.
Absolutely.
So
Ricky checked in, said it was not taught. We had to learn to survive. My mama's favorite saying was, God gave you a brain for a reason.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure it out, or else your ass gonna starve tonight, nigga. Figure it out.
Let's keep going. Like I said, in my neighborhood, man, in 44 Park, we say one don't make you no shooter, man. You got to make me a believer, man.
Let me read something. It's been on my phone for since I met y'all, it's probably like 6 years. Just say, break generational curses. Quit yelling at your kids before they go to bed and expect them to sleep well. Quit yelling at your kids in the morning right after they wake up before school and expect them to have a good day. You set the tone for your children. You set the tone you set the tone for your voice. They will always remember in their heads. You become the inner voice. Don't be the inner critic. Speak life, speak love, speak bravery, kindness and hope. Speak wisdom and truth. Most of all, listen to your children. I never had none of that. I get that to mine. And that's my number one priority. I follow that. That's how I break it. And, so when I do it, I live it. I live it.
Shout out to Des Bryant.
Shout out to Des Bryant.
Shout out to
Absolutely.
Mr. Bryant.
You see how vulnerable these men are being?
Okay. Yeah, look, I'm teared up.
These are like superstar athletes. These are, professionals, like top of their profession, and still have this moment of vulnerability, still has this, do as I say, not as I do, because I've been through some stuff. But listen to me, speak life into your children. And this is something he's reading, getting emotional and everything. So, listen to what these people say, even when it may be them speaking from a moment of vulnerability, from a position of, what some may see as weakness.
Yeah, and his job when he was playing, for lack of a better word, like his job was violence.
Indeed.
Violence. His fucking job was violence. Like that line, that first 5 yards where you could fuck him up for 5 yards, but you can't do it past that. But within those 5 yards, I'm gonna beat your ass. His job was violence, and then he comes home and it's a whole nother switch. Like, I have to be like this vulnerable guy or man for my kids, but when I go to work, it's violence. Your coach, teacher, be violent on the line or be violent the first 5 yards, get him off you so you can get open. Like, his job is fucking violence, but his home life is not that. It's taking care of your kids, and a lot of folks, like, they can't separate the two. So you go home and, oh, I just ran for 500 fucking yards violently. So now, oh, okay, I'm just gonna slap my wife around or beat my kids around. Like, so shout out to him for separating the two, because what makes you take care of your kids and your family is nothing but fucking violence all day. Well, say you practice on Wednesday and like Thursday, you off Friday, you practice Saturday, but on Sunday, it's violence. That's crazy.
Indeed. Well, I'm gonna share with y'all before we get out of here. I got one more video, and I got 8 ways to improve your parenting skills really quick. The skills above can help your kids live happy, healthy, and successful lives, but the learning has to start with you.
Starts with
By managing your emotions and behaviors with conscious parenting, you'll model healthy skills development and encourage your child to be their best selves. Here are some parental advice to help you gain these valuable skills. Mrs. Harris, can we run through these real quick?
Yes. Boost self-esteem. Invest time in building in your child's self-esteem. Kids today have plenty of voices ready to tear them down, from societal beauty standards to bullies online, offline, in home. I added that. Make sure your children know that you're their biggest fan and their constant supporter, and that most importantly, they should stop comparing themselves to others. Model great self-esteem by boosting your own and avoid negative self-talk. Before long, everyone in your home will feel better about themselves.
Absolutely. Recognize the good in your kids.
Yes.
Every kid misbehaves sometimes,
Absolutely.
but that doesn't mean they intend to. Remember, a child's brain doesn't develop all at once. Emotional regulation takes time, and does understanding right and wrong.
Yep.
Giving your kids a timeout when they shout, hit, or throw toys might help change the child's behavior at the moment, but take a moment to reflect and understand why they made that choice. In most cases, your child tries their best to be good. Mrs. Harris?
Yeah. 3, please set limits. It's natural to give kids limits to keep them safe. Parental guidelines keep them away from electrical outlets, foods they're allergic to, and much more. But setting boundaries with your child doesn't have to stop with telling them what not to do. Setting boundaries for you, please tell them what they can do. They need to understand that as well. Setting boundaries for yourself is also good practice. In fact, learning how to say no to your kids when you're busy or tired teaches them patience and how to advocate for their needs.
Spending quality time with your kids, spending quality time with your family with a game night, a weekend excursion, or a walk around the neighborhood helps kids practice social skills and build healthy relationships with their parents and siblings and other relatives. If you and the rest of your family are tired, a quiet movie night does the trick as well.
Yes. 5, communicate openly. Good parenting skills start with good communication. The more you talk to your children, the more likely they'll they will be to talk to you. Okay. Keep an open dialogue with your kids about family dynamics, responsibilities, and their place in the world. When they ask questions, give them an eye contact and answer as best as you can, keeping their developmental level and your availability in mind. It sets the tone for communication in all parts of their lives.
Be flexible and open-minded. There's one thing you can predict about raising kids. It's unpredictable.
Okay.
Kids might get sick, feel overtired, or tell you they need help with a huge science project the night before it's due. As a parent, your job is to remain flexible and ready to help your kids manage the situation as best they can. Sometimes this means skipping a play date to take a nap. Other times it means helping them learn effective project management and the consequence of procrastination.
That's right.
But as long as you approach the situation with a growth mindset and a willingness to help your child grow, you can handle anything.
Yeah. 7, regulate your emotions. It's important, ladies, this one. Okay. It's important to teach your kids life skills, but it's equally important to be a good role model and practice these skills in your life too. Children watch everything. And if your parenting philosophy is do as I say, not as I do, they will notice really quickly. Children mimic their parents from a young age, so show them how to behave. Practice using self-control and techniques like deep breathing or meditation to manage your emotions healthily, and your children will be more inclined to do the same thing.
And finally, offer unconditional love. Your child needs food, entertainment, and more on a day-to-day basis. But one thing child needs most of all is your love. That's why it is important. Parenting tips is to ensure your child knows that you love them all the time. Bad or good behavior, happy or sad, winner or loser. If you're a constant source of love and support, your child will walk through the world a little bit bolder. Be the best parent you can be. Learning parenting skills isn't easy, and there's no such thing as the perfect parent. But trying is the best place to start. If you put in effort to learn how to better yourself through journaling, parenting, coaching, or any other techniques, your whole family will see the benefit that lasts for generations.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And before I have you chime in, Mrs., I want to play this last video for you guys in the audience and for you, Mrs., and you guys let me know what y'all think.
I genuinely think that the secret to staying happy in a marriage is probably, figuring out the preventative maintenance, right? Like change the oil in your car. If you reverse engineer divorce, like most people, the marriage killer, the cheating or the gambling or the whatever, that's the symptom. Like the problem is these little disconnections. I had a client who I did her divorce, and we'd spend a lot of time together because you do. When you're a divorce lawyer, you spend a lot of time with people and you get to know them very well. I mean, people will lie to their therapist. They won't lie to their divorce lawyer because A, there's no reason to, and B, I need to know everything, and it's all attorney-client privilege. And this woman, we were sitting outside the courtroom waiting on a break in testimony. And she was a young woman in her probably like late 30s, very attractive. And we were just chit-chatting, and I said to her, was there a moment when you realized the marriage is over? And she said, yeah. And I said, when was it? And she said, there was this granola that I like. She said, he used to always, whenever I'd be running low on it, I would just open the thing one day and a new bag would be there. She's like, and she's like, it made me feel so loved. Like I didn't have to ask. He didn't want credit for it. Like he didn't go like, oh, did you see? I got your granola that you wanted, like he just would do this thing, And she said it was just something that it always made me smile. She said every time the granola was running low and there was a new bag of granola, I just felt very loved, And she said one day the granola ran out. And I thought, oh, that's weird. You know, maybe he didn't see it. She's like, so I left the bag in there because I thought, well, at some point he'll notice. And he didn't notice. She goes, so I took the bag out and I waited and he didn't get a new bag. And I thought, okay, this thing's going down. And I thought to myself, wow, that's like, you know, that's such a small thing, like granola. Like you just, but these are the things, like these are the little things that make us feel loved and that are gestures of love.
But when you love somebody, you love doing things for them.
Right, their pleasure
you love
pleases
making
you.
their life better.
Their joy pleases you. Like their happiness makes you happy.
Exactly.
And somewhere along the line, and it happens a lot in marriage, it becomes, well, I'm not happy, why should you be happy? You know? And then that creates a spiral. And I really believe that that spiral could go in the other direction. You know, I've said to some of my friends, you know, when they say to me, like, you know, as a divorce lawyer, you know, you see all this misery, like, how do I stay out of your office? And I'll often say, I'm like, it's dumb little things, man.
Some good insight.
What do you think about
The
that information?
dumb little
that,
things.
You know, the last information for the skills for parenting our children, and then, you know, that ultimate encapsulating video of the marriage, the union, and even if it's not a marriage, if it's a long-lasting relationship or boyfriend and girlfriend. But, you know, this is what I wave my flag on, Mrs. The first thing is, the best thing I can give those girls is being good to you. Working through things with you, being on the same page with you, being unified with you, no matter what I give them, the toys and the clothes and all that shit.
Right.
Showing them that I love their mother is the most important thing that I can give them.
Right.
And this is why I'm a Tuesday, Wednesday thinker. You always hear me say that. Nobody stole that one from me yet, because they're not Tuesday, Wednesday thinkers. They think about the anniversary and the wedding. But me, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I want you to know Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, everyday love.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Regular song singed in this house.
It ain't because I'm no sucker. It ain't none of that. I'm not scared of Usher. It ain't none of that. So don't even try to get ahead of me on that. Because I've been told y'all it ain't about that.
Yeah.
It's about the way you guys love, respect, honor, like all of those things. It's not a problem to do what I do. I could care less about getting up in the morning. It's for you.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, you needed that love and honor and respect to be shown to you. And I was aware of that. Like I said, you know, the way I love my brothers, I knew I was going to be very capable of loving a man. You understand? Because I can respect them and understand the difference between us, you know, because I was able to see that as a young little girl.
I get that.
You know, very conscious of it. And again, not having a father, you know, so the way that you say you love me, he would say that, you know, I love mom, I love your mom, I love your mom, so in love with her, but you left her in the dust. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So it was more of showing me. You didn't have to tell me every day, I love you, I love you, I love you so much. The way he's speaking to me, yeah, we didn't have to do all that. Just showing how he moved every day. You know, the integrity that you showed, the hard work, the willingness to listen and be patient. Lord have mercy, the patience. Yes, I love it. You know, so you deserved all that. And I appreciate all that you do now.
Appreciate it.
Very grateful. Yes, how far we've come, and you know.
So
yeah.
What do you think about the granola though? What do you think about?
Oh man,
you know,
I like some granola too.
The granola was running down, but just the things that don't deserve celebration, and just feeling that love, and then noticing that he didn't replenish the granola.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, he's right on a lot of notes of when that happiness breaks down, right? And it is those small things. But I would always encourage women to speak up. A closed mouth don't get fed. Bitch, you ain't get your granola. You should have looked in the, sweetie, what's going on? I noticed that you didn't replenish my granola. Like, how you just gonna let that sit and then put the blame all on him? That right? Because I could be not doing something
anymore. Absolutely.
And this is something that over the years I've had never told our children our deep stuff, but always having those conversations with them, like you needing to be aware of self. Because there's many times of sadness that has come over me, and it had nothing to do with him.
Right.
And I just needed to be aware of that, whether I needed to call my mother or a doctor or a counselor to talk to. It was very important that I be more aware, because I didn't want to put the blame on you. Like, you're not doing this or you're not doing that. Right. So those are things that we need to consider, because our emotions are a little out of control, and it's hard to own up to that, to hold some account. Not that we are just all out of control, because y'all see me show a lot of control up here. But however, when life takes over, family growth happens. I mean, it can be a challenge, and it could be some hormonal things going on. So I always encourage women to check on that.
Indeed.
Don't point the finger. This is not what you do in a marriage. All of this doesn't resolve anything. Sometimes you might have to look at yourself and see how you can do things better. Absolutely. And that'll trigger other people's behavior to want to be better as well.
Absolutely.
So it kind of starts with us. And when those little things run out, notice it, man. Speak up, say something like, dude, I miss you. I miss this, so it's for your husband, man. Beg for that attention. Say something. We wasn't too proud to beg before. What's going on?
No doubt.
Huh? That was actually a thing. I ain't too proud to beg.
Oh, that's right. Okay. This was fun. This was fun. This was what I got. That was my first little slide.
I'm so proud of you. You see how good that? I'm so proud. Okay.
Shout out to Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibe is always positive, and to Mrs. She Said, again, you ladies, y'all are inspiring. The information that y'all bring, the way y'all formulate it, and we all are capable of this edutainment. We all are capable of just trying to wrap a nugget inside of there.
Yeah.
And it may even only hit one person. We got Blaze tonight, said, I'm not a parent, but I came in on some jewels. I'm gonna grab a jewel. And even if it's just one, that's what we talk about. And that's our goal. And for people to take the stance and have a perception that we trying to reach thousands of people at the same time with, I guess, like this really big electronical internet.
Lorman.
Right. But that's not, not our thing.
Yeah,
one subscriber at a time. We are appreciative of all 400 and some change. We are on the road to 500 organic followers.
Okay.
Bunch of people panel and argue back and forth with a bunch of people. We go where we want to go. We frequent our family of content creators, our day ones, and it's doing what it's due for us so far. So we may not be as big as everybody and as popular and sit at the popular table and all that, but we
already popular. I'm just saying.
We're fine with being popular with who we popular with over here.
Okay.
So many people that have these brainstorms of, hey, young lady, you should come over here with me, and we should kind of like, have a man and a woman's point of view on some of these videos. And like, you mean like married or a relationship? Like, get you a girl,
like he said, she said?
Get you a man and do a reaction with them. But you trying to create these like super teams.
Oh,
where I don't even know, where that comes from, but
start with your family first.
Right.
See how that works.
Build it. Right? They will come.
Okay.
Next week, the missus will be here on Sunday, right? I'll be here
here
Saturday. I think I got something cooking for Saturday. Man.
Yeah, my brothers keep sending me shit, so it is what it is. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all.
So,
and I'm gonna talk about the shit y'all concerned about.
Absolutely. Send it down the pipeline.
If they like it or not.
Get to it, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled in today. Us came through on the panel.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna have to tag you in the description, so you might get a subscriber to your page. Shout out to everybody that came through.
Okay.
Mrs. Harris, what's your
real people, real life
tonight?
This was awesome. I appreciate the way you put that together. Some great thought-provoking reflections on how we parent, how we can parent better. You know, and it's a day-to-day thing. You know, I mean, simply ask your children what you can do better and see what they say. You know, just listen without being offended. You know, because they might say, you know, you might want to try not yelling so much or cussing, or maybe read to me. You know, our children wanted to be read to all the way up to 12. We would read them damn chapter books together, them big books from the library. A lot of different series. I don't be reading so much books. I can't tell you. But
well, you know, look for us on the weekend, Saturday, Cerebro Saturday. Of course, different. You guys know how we get down over there, man. We come at it from a different perspective. And Sunday, we got the missus coming through for shame. Shame. And we also have coffee and cappuccino, so be on the lookout. Okay. For that, because you never know what we gonna pop up on you with on coffee and cappuccino pop-ups. You don't believe us?
It's always something to show you.
I think I could prove it. Y'all know how I get down. Best style, you gotta prove it. Okay. And just because you proved it yesterday don't mean it still rings true today. You gotta prove it today too. Okay. And you know what that means, tomorrow too. But I could prove it.
It was at 8:30.
And what time is it now?
It's 9:30.
Why are you late for court, Ms. Bentley?
Because I work a midnight job and I didn't get off till 6:30 this morning.
Okay, that math doesn't add up to me. You got off at 6:30 and you had a court hearing at 8:30.
Yes, ma'am. I fell asleep.
Logging in.
I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had to re-download Zoom and get back in so that I could attend Zoom.
So start your camera. Let me be able to see your face.
I keep trying to unsee it, but it won't. Okay, there it is.
Number one, you in the bed and you attended to my court. Number two, you already said that you were sleeping. That's why you didn't come to court on time. Number three, the fact that you went to work is your problem, not mine. You had a court hearing at 9 o'clock. I mean, at 8:30. If you don't know, number one, how to get here on time, and number two, how to come correct when you do come, ma'am, don't come. Don't come. A warrant is just gonna issue for your arrest. And there's a place I can guarantee you that you're gonna log in. I won't have to worry about if you sleep. I don't have to worry about if you had to work. And that's from the Wayne County Jail. So, okay, that's all I have to say. She's an hour late. She's not apologetic about being an hour late. She's an hour late and in the bed. Now, I wonder if I wanted to stay in the bed, because I've been up since 2:30 this morning. And I'm thinking I wanted to stay in the bed too.
I'm not apologetic, Your Honor.
Don't worry, it's not a conversation. It was just me telling you that I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest if you show up again an hour late to my courtroom. Furthermore, you're going to get out of the bed. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room. The attorneys are going to assist you, and you're going to get out of the bed and not come back disrespectful. Please accept to join the breakout room. I'm ready on.
Yeah, man. So hit that subscriber bell.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit that notification bell so when we pop up with coffee and cappuccino, because that's the next one, man, you will not miss it, because it is wild out here. And that's real court. That's real actual court in bed. I had to work.
They don't care.
Like, unapologetic, unremorseful.
No respect for the court. I mean,
real court.
Damn. I mean, if you ain't got no respect for your daddy, you ain't got no respect for the government, the president. How you gonna have respect for the goddamn judge?
Damn.
I mean, it is what it is. You ain't got no.
Damn, son.
It's
levels to it.
Let's see.
If it ain't none, it ain't none. It's a goddamn shame. In the court, though, you're gonna go to jail for just.
It gets
ain't no
better,
sugar
too.
and spice
It
and everything
gets
nice, man.
better,
That shit crazy.
too. It gets
What makes you think it's
better.
okay to even? Even on the Zoom.
She sent her to the breakout room to talk with a lawyer, and I swear I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all gotta tune in to see if the lawyer was able to get through to her and give us some information. So you guys have an amazing rest of your week. We will be back this weekend. Don't forget to do something good for somebody that is
not yourself,
not fucking you.
Okay.
That's when real character shines through.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate each and every last one of y'all for checking in and putting up with our rhetoric. Sometimes we get on a soapbox, we throw a couple of curse words in there, but it's all in the effort to get conscious parenting. And that's, what we wave our flag on.
And it shouldn't be the babies watching it, right? It should be a grown-ass adults watching it. So
and if you're watching it with the babies, at least y'all conscious, explaining to them what words are,
you heard grandma,
and vernacular and cadence and all of them potty words, and you're not going to say those. So depending on your level of consciousness, watch your way. But it's intended for parents that want to do different, want to do more, want to do better, want to break cycles, want to break curses, because that's what we're trying to do over here, man. So he said, she said, love and abundance, cuteness. Get us out of here.
She filling your head with he said, she said.
Even if not, do it with your grandkids. Word. Yeah, we see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.
BOS on the track. Yeah.